What up, what up, what up? You're back with your boys, Barracuda, Sparrow, and Nighthawk. There's three of us here. Barracuda to Sparrow, Barracuda. Nighthawk, get on the fucking walkie-talkie. But also, it's your boy, Sir Jam, Sir Notch, Sir Trizzy Tray. It's the three amigos, the three Negroes. We're here for episode 31. Not 30, 31. Because
I got
Notch,
that reverse Villago or something.
What happened with episode 30, Notch? That we're going to get into with this episode.
30? Aren't we on episode 31?
We're on episode 31.
The listeners didn't hear episode 30?
Yeah.
What's going on?
No, they didn't hear episode 30.
Man.
It's something crazy in the lands of the woobity woo woo woo, that shit.
Just going to have to find your parallel universe and watch it there. It's out there.
You guys uploaded it to the drums?
I don't know what happened.
It uploaded somewhere.
It's somewhere in the cloud. Somewhere.
All I can say, listeners, is if you didn't get to hear it, we saved the baby. We gave somebody CPR in a helicopter, landed the helicopter. It was like a remote location. There was a high-speed chase. We saw some aliens. Yeah, it was fucking nuts.
It was crazy, man. You should have been there. We had a whole funeral for a bird. It was crazy.
Dang.
That's not real. You're not real, man. But anyway, how are you boys doing for today? Notch?
Trey, we haven't had you on since
we haven't
No
had
More
on.
Lies.
Yeah.
What you been up to, man?
Dude, I haven't been on all year.
Mm-hmm. We had him on a Snosberries
We haven't
episode.
been on all year either.
Yeah. What you mean?
Oh, shit, that was at episode 30, I thought.
Yeah. We had you on the Snosberry episode.
Oh, they did taste like Snosberries.
A little bit. But what's been good?
Just living life, trying to enjoy the experience, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how long I get to enjoy the ride, so enjoying it while I can.
No, maintaining.
Heck
I
yeah.
like that. What about you,
y'all
Notch?
boys been?
Good, man. Just doing the same thing. Today is January 18th, just so you guys know, because we had to specifically say that date because specific things happened today, and specific things happened yesterday, which T and I have been into it. But man, I've been jamming and watching all about that balloonerism, man.
Absolutely,
such a good freaking album.
It was a definite break for Another Day on Ghetto Earth.
Balloonerism?
Yeah, Mac Miller's new album.
Mac Miller's new album.
Wait. Say today's
Trey's
date
too
one
high
more
for
time.
this shit.
January.
It's January 18th, 2016, bro.
I was gonna say it must be 2016. I took one nap and all of a sudden Mac Miller has a new album. That's crazy. It's right next to the new Tupac album, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I did hear that Tupac's daughter did see him on her birthday. Some weird shit. But yeah. But since we're talking about that, but first we are going to get into the album, but let's pay some bills. For those of you that are listening to us on any of your favorite podcast listening platforms, make sure you guys like that. Make sure you guys subscribe to it. And you know what? We love 5 stars. 5 stars is always recommended. And we love that you comment, on our episodes and on the show. And when you do, say it off top of the dome. Make sure you say it from the chest and unloosen your bra to say it from your chest. We had some trolls a couple episodes ago. Nacho knows. But anyway, if those of you that are watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. I know you guys are watching. You guys are watching. We see the views. Hit that damn red button. That's all you need to do. Hit the bell so you can see when we're posting. Like it. And also chit-chat in the comments. We like to see what you guys are doing, what you want to feel, what you see, and your favorite segments of the podcast. And also, check out the Cool Hub that Nacho has curated for this podcast here. And, go to the Cool Attire Shop. We got some new hoodies. We got some new T-shirts.
Dude, that T-shirt's dope.
Hoodies are for this cold-ass weather here in Colorado that all three of us are having. And the T-shirts are for those that are living in California that is burning up. So y'all gotta stay cool and y'all got to seek refuge, okay? But in Colorado, y'all got to stay bundled up, all right? So we always got to be cool. We always got to stay humble and be on the lookout. No more lies. We still got to get some things going on, no more lies going. So be aware of what is going on. And also, Dream Lounge stories and Just Nightmare stories. Those are coming. I'm currently curating that content for you guys. So, yeah. Not should I miss anything? I'm paying the bills.
Yeah, so
and Patreon.
Like, subscribe.
We're on Patreon too.
I don't even know what that is, but apparently we're on there.
Yes,
too, so.
we're on Patreon. We're gonna have some.
Like,
so yeah, Nacho and I were gonna talk about Patreon too. But go ahead, Nach.
Like, subscribe. Make sure you comment. Please comment. Again, if you listen to episode 30, we went off on some trolls, but we made up with the trolls and we told them to like and subscribe as well.
Exactly.
You're not hurting us.
Mm-hmm.
We love having trolls, so keep them coming. But the only thing that TJ forgot to say is just make sure that you are sharing with your friends, family.
That's number
at your
one.
Church, at the grocery store. If you're walking down the street. Now, what's crazy about this is why I said share is because we most recently have, hopefully, I'm going to shout his podcast out. His podcast is out of Colorado here in Pueblo. It is called Arena of Ideas. Please check it out, because he's going to give us a big shout out on his podcast. So
good shout.
Make sure
That's
you
a
guys
good
check
shout.
It out, so.
Good shout, Nach. Good shout.
Y'all got to break down this troll thing to me real quick.
Trolls? You don't remember trolls? Watch this. We're about to. Gay. You don't remember trolls?
Never seen it. But if you guys had them commenting, like, were they singing?
No,
Bro,
they were not singing.
They were mad at us.
They were mad at us.
We had some trolls up here talking about, like...
They were defending Trump, the redhead guy.
TJ said a joke that had a few past presidents.
Yeah.
All of them were sucking dick and shit. Who knows what was going on? And they only heard one president, and they were like, "Oh my God, he doesn't suck dick! Like, grab him by the pussy." And
I was gonna say we have no idea what happened on that island, or which time.
But he didn't go on the island.
He didn't go on the island, though.
All his followers will live and die by that. He wasn't friends with Jeff Epstein,
he wasn't
or
friends with those guys.
With P. Diddy. He's a good, clean soul, going straight to heaven.
I mean, most of those pictures they did take together, I think, are AI anyway.
Yeah, definitely. AI's been around for such a long time. Before the iPhone.
Such a long time, yeah.
It's definitely before the iPhone. Yeah. With the flip phone, I remember using AI on my flip phone.
Heck yeah. That was the whole reason we got the flip phones inside.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. I wanted to the AI. That's it. But they got mad at us because of the joke
Google,
that Nacho was saying.
What's on Nicktoons tonight? I remember using it.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you afraid of the dark? Hell yeah.
It's better than the TV guide. You remember that?
I had to stream
I never used the TV guide when I had AI.
No, I just streamed it all the time. Remember back in the 90s? Internet was great.
Internet was so good. We didn't have to worry about AOL. We had this crazy bandwidth. It was fast as shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Dude, remember being on the phone with people while I was online.
Exactly.
Same damn time.
ASL, guys. ASL.
But yeah, that's what happened with the trolls. They got offended by the joke that I told. And it was funny. Nacho and I, we basked in the hate because they hate us because they ain't us, and it's okay. Like we just laughed it off.
I'm 100% about to go listen to episode 30 now.
You got to. It's 29.
You gotta find it first.
You gotta find 30.
You gotta find it first.
And it's in the very beginning.
That shit's in a floppy disk. I don't know what's going on.
It's in a floppy disk.
Go find that floppy disk. Right
that shit is on beta. That's on those beta fucking things. It might be on A-Track. I don't know.
HD.
I'd be hyped for an 8-track right now.
Yeah, exactly. But so what are we going to kick off to, fellas? So I know we were talking about Balloonerism, the Mac Miller album. What are your thoughts, Nach? Because I know you listened to it. Trizzy, have you listened? Okay, Nach.
My bad. I didn't know Mac Miller was still making music.
Yeah, well, it
well, we hope he makes music forever and ever.
Exactly.
Well,
what did you think?
This is my main thought. This is my main thought about this.
Okay.
Whoever created fentanyl could suck the biggest fucking dick that Harold and Kumar got away with in Guantanamo Bay.
Yes, absolutely.
I believe Pfizer has been selling it like since the 80s.
Yeah.
Like
Sounds
it's not
about
a
right.
new drug. Like
It's not
everybody
new.
who's
It's just a
screaming, "Oh my
popular
God,
one.
da da da!"
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just popular.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
popular word now. But
Yeah.
we've been selling the drug and taking the drug and using the drug for decades, and
Mm-hmm.
now people are dying of it because
Yeah.
we need a buzzword. Because now we know cocaine isn't killing people like they say it was.
Mm.
Uh, something has to randomly pop off to scare
Mm-hmm.
people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
any drug dealer I know usually doesn't want to kill their customer fan base.
Right.
Uh,
Why would you? Because you
yeah,
make no more money.
yeah. Doctors handle it all the time. Yet when a cop touches it and it's on a $1 bill, oh my goodness, she almost has a cardiac arrest. Uh, but at the same time, anybody who is cutting their drugs with dangerous substances, uh, something tells me they're not going to have that long of a career.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's stupid. It's dumb.
yeah.
It's dumb. So
Right.
yeah, I just
So real quick, are you trying to say that it's fictional that they're falling down cardiac? Personally, I don't know because I've never been around it. It does scare the fuck out of me. Like I was just like, bro,
no,
seeing a
it's
cop
happened.
just
So
Oh, it's
I'll
cops
put
happened.
just
this.
dropping like
Not
flies, but then other people are sniffing it and shooting it up, and I'm
Exactly.
like, why the
It's
fuck?
yeah.
How
I'll put this.
crazy
Not
can it kill a clean person, but somebody that's a druggie? How hard of a body and chemicals in your body that you could handle that type of shit? That shit to me is crazy. More
mm-hmm.
on that fact
I would
that
say
you
this.
could
Not
handle a poison.
in our high school days. I know for a fact we were around it
Hmm.
several times, and people were using it and doing all kinds of other stuff with it.
Who
Not
the fuck?
necessarily, not
I was
necessarily
around all the
cutting corners.
druggies. I ain't never heard of fentanyl till I got older. The fuck?
We were
Not
around a
just like
lot of
I
the
have
same
never touched
druggies. So
fentanyl
Bro,
in my life.
I've never, I
me and you
smoked,
never touched it.
like, hold
We,
up, hold
mm,
up, who was doing this?
Hey, if pills can break down into powder,
that's what it was.
it's a
What you
Mac Miller
call it?
line.
It wasn't, yeah, I was saying, it wasn't like a whole powdery substance, but there's been plenty of those pills those cats were popping.
Hmm.
That scared the shit
Those
out of
cats
us.
were me!
Yes, you were some of them. But when you look at
Hold
those
up!
ingredients, yeah,
The
you look at
pills
those
that the
ingredient
pills
list.
that I took were like the stuff that now they're like, hey, you need to take this for anxiety and stress. And I'm like, fuck you, I ain't touching that shit.
I'm done. I already did
Uh,
it.
I wish we had like one of those Google screens. 'Cause I would sit there and say, hey, you should check and see what all those things or all the things that fentanyl's cut into that's sold pharmaceutically and nobody cares about.
I
But
mean, I
it,
believe
Well,
that, Trizzy. I believe
yeah,
that.
I
uh,
could see that too. It's probably a different name. It's probably a different chemical.
no,
I
it's
wonder
the
if it's
same
the same
shit.
chemical, same chemical that's killing these people, that it's more potent and stuff. But you got
Yeah,
to think about it too, is if it is that way and it's killing people, I mean, that's what the big farm business is.
Mm-hmm.
Take your
and what you
money and
call it?
kill you, keep you on their medicines.
Yep.
I believe they say a whole lot, but where we from, there's a lot of that stuff around there, and I didn't
Yeah.
see like a whole bunch of people, uh, even the pillheads and the coke
Yeah.
users I know down in Pueblo,
Yeah.
they weren't dropping dead or worried about the shit.
True.
But it's
It's
mainly
true.
because a bunch of the people I know that still hmm, still frequent those vices in their normal lives all believe that
Mm-hmm.
it was a we're trying to scare people thing because they couldn't think of anybody who had had any of those adverse reactions or anything like that.
No, I feel that. I feel that. But
But
but to
drugs are
that
bad,
point,
okay?
drugs are bad, and I hate that it happened to fucking Mac
Drugs are
Miller.
bad. Okay.
But he, okay. Here's my thing when it comes to the album. I want to know how much of it was finished and how much of it was used with AI for it to
Well,
come up.
I thought I already told you about this. So prior
Off
to
of Faces.
no. So what's crazy? As much as hype it's gotten today, I've listened to Balloonerism a
Mm-hmm.
couple of months back. It was
Oh.
on SoundCloud.
Oh
and
shit.
every
Okay.
single song was done. It was just not cleaned up.
Oh, I got
He
you.
released it on SoundCloud and it
Okay.
just sat there
Okay.
forever. So I've
Huh.
been telling everybody, the moment I heard, this was probably about a few months ago, I
Okay.
heard about it, and I love Mac Miller.
Oh,
I heard about it and I
absolutely.
was like, I think I have
Absolutely.
SoundCloud because I remember getting all of Trev Moffat's shit off of
Yeah.
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So I jumped on there and I was like, holy shit, there's a whole fucking brand new album on here. And I told Ronnie, because Ronnie's a huge Mac Miller fan, which he didn't
Okay.
listen to it. I was like, bro,
Oh,
there's a whole
interesting.
fucking unedited album that you could tell was done in the studio but not cleaned up. Because if you could still go on
You can
SoundCloud and
still hear
listen
it.
to it,
Yeah, and you can
and you
still
could hear
hear
the
some
difference. Because I
pieces.
remember, like Funny Papers. I loved
Mm.
Funny Papers when I listened to
Hmm.
it on SoundCloud,
Okay.
and then I listened to it now, and you could tell they added some bass and cleaned it up and stuff. But
Oh, got you.
it's still all there. He
Got
dropped
you.
it. None of it's gonna be I don't think any of it was AI. The only thing I don't remember is song, not the tambourine song, but the one with the girl. Who was that? SZA?
SZA? Mm-hmm.
I don't remember
Mm-hmm.
if she's on there, so I don't know if they added
Oh,
that on there.
added her on there?
Um,
Huh.
actually, well, you
Because
guys talk. I could
because I
check.
know SZA actually made a comment on Twitter, and she was like,
Yeah.
"Mac is my friend, and I'm so glad that he put the faith in me to believe in me. Like everything that he told me was gonna come true. I wish he was here and shit like that." And but everybody listened to the album Balloonerism because he believed in me and he believed in everybody else. So like, it yeah. I don't know.
Okay,
Mac Miller
so
was for the people.
on
That's a
SoundCloud, T, it goes Tambourine Dream. I don't even
Oh,
think that's the name of Tambourine.
I
I
think
think
it's
it's just Tambourine,
DJ
right?
DJ something organ
So
is the
number
name of
one
that
is
track.
Tambourine Dream.
Yep.
Number two is The Song That Changed Forever. Three is
Oh,
Do You Have a Destination, which we know is on there. Four is
okay.
Miss Deborah Downer, Stoned, Excelsior, Friend Hallucinations, Funny Paper,
Okay.
Mannequins.
Okay.
Oh, where am I at? Mannequins. He Finally Sleeps, which
Oh,
isn't on there.
that's not on there. Yeah.
Transformation,
Oh,
Smile, Tomorrow Will Never Know,
okay.
and Bob's Dementia.
That's
So
not
some of
even
those
on there
songs aren't even
either.
on there.
Yeah, because you missed DJ's chord organ, $5 pony ride,
The piano
friendly
song.
hallucination, Shangri La,
Yeah, Shangri-La is
um,
such a good song.
and Rick's piano.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
there were some of
Yeah.
them that weren't on there that
Huh.
they must have added to there. The other thing that a lot of like Mac Miller followers, they were like, I wanted more rap and like his funny shit than his like sorrow and slow stuff and his
But it
piano
was
stuff. I
deep
love
though.
Mac
It was
Miller. I like
deep.
that side of Mac Miller more than his funny side's good, but I
Mm-hmm.
like when he uses instruments and pianos and stuff and the
Yeah.
deep
Well,
shit.
this was so this album was like a reflection of like drugs. It really
Yeah.
was. Like every track was about drugs, like Miss Debbie
Yeah.
Downer, Stone, like but then it also hit
Hallucinations.
on memories of being a child. Like
Yeah.
Excelsior, like I was telling you earlier, Excelsior is fucking hard. Like I remember when, you know, our biggest enemies were Brussels sprouts and spinach when we didn't
Barracuda.
have limits. Like fucking
Yeah.
crazy. Like and we talk about this all the time on being like just the memories and that nostalgia of us being kids before we had limitations when we became adults where everything got harder. And I feel like this album shined the light on why people seek those vices because of growing up. And some people have the help to overcome that stuff and others don't, so then they fall into that trap. And like he kind of fell in the trap, but I think, like I told you earlier, I think he would still be alive if his boys didn't leave him to die.
Yeah.
He would still
It's
be
to
alive.
The craziest thing about this album, I don't think I talked to you about it, but I talked to Ronnie about was two things that he said, especially in
Mm-hmm.
Funny Papers. And
Mm-hmm.
the other one, he said, home is heaven. Let's go home. And then his other one was, I saw somebody die. I
On
read somebody
Friday,
died in the
yeah.
paper that died on Friday. I thought
Mm-hmm.
nobody dies on Friday.
Right.
Mac Miller passed away on
Yeah, he
Friday.
died on a
That was
Friday,
fucking nuts.
which
I
is
was like,
crazy
bro,
that he said that.
yeah. I was like, dude, you like, yeah.
all
But
right
That's
Trey,
now.
just
do you
it's
I'm
think
not.
that
crazy.
that
I'm
could
not.
be? Huh? Go ahead.
I was like, I'm not super familiar with all of the details. I
Okay.
know. I know the situation. What they said happened and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it the same as what they said happened with Prince and what they said happened with Michael Jackson? In
So
that,
we
hey,
talked
you know
about
what?
this.
We
He
did.
took medication or took something he normally takes all the time, and all of a sudden,
Something
this
happened.
one time, there's this one reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's around except like Diddy's bodyguard or some shit like that.
Right.
And
Like somebody took him
now
out.
we don't have, and yeah, and then
Yeah.
it's, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
It must have been fentanyl. It must have been it had to be something that was cut into it
I don't know.
Yep,
that
that's exactly.
he would know.
So
And
he passed away in his hotel room prior to him recording or doing a music video in Philadelphia. I think he was in Philadelphia or Pittsburgh. He was in
hmm
his hotel room and he was supposed to go do a music video, but they said in his system he had alcohol, cocaine, and fentanyl.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And
and
fentanyl took him out.
you know what? Just because I'm curious, you
Now the
guys go
crazy thing
ahead.
is what TJ and I talked about earlier, and this is something that there's a future project that I'm gonna get you guys involved with, hopefully, because I think it'd be a great outcome if we could do it. But
Okay.
looking at all the main people that have died and what they wanted to talk about, for some reason they accidentally have
It's
accidents and
that
stuff like
within that
that. Like, for
conspiracy.
example, we were
Mm-hmm.
talking about the whitest kids you know, and him
Trevor.
slipping off of his
Mm-hmm.
balcony, and all of a
Yep.
sudden he was a heavy drinker,
Mm-hmm.
but he really liked to talk about the industry and how bad they
Mm-hmm.
were, and people were starting to get more and more into his
Mm-hmm.
pictures and stuff like that, or
Right.
his films and everything.
Right.
Mac Miller said something recently in this last album, which I sent to you earlier. He said, "When the snake stops slithering, all the chameleons,
Yep.
you'll see all the chameleons come out. Or no, all the chameleons come out, and you'll see you're surrounded by reptilians."
Reptilians.
Which
Mm-hmm.
was
Which is wild.
which is crazy because that could go two ways if you think
Yeah.
about it. Like,
It
okay,
could.
you got all the fake people on this side. That's what
Mm-hmm.
reptilians means. Or
Mm-hmm.
does it really mean reptilians?
Right.
Like,
Right. He's like playing on that whole
like,
government conspiracy as like
and then all of a sudden he's just
politicians
like, oh
are
no,
reptilians,
I
and he's
fucking
dead.
took coke and there's
Mm-hmm.
fentanyl, and
Well,
I
then,
drank alcohol and I slipped off a balcony.
right,
Like,
Liam Payne, the same
these
thing.
motherfuckers, yeah, these motherfuckers just be having
Matthew
accidents.
Perry.
Like,
I guess,
Matthew Perry wanted to expose. He was with a group that wanted to expose some
Mm-hmm.
people.
Yep.
The
yeah,
same thing with Paul Walker. He was part of a group that wanted to expose some people.
shoot.
Like, they just
How about
die
this?
accidentally.
Nipsey
Was
Hussle was doing a whole bunch of stuff in his
Nipsey Hussle
neighborhood,
too?
wanted
Nipsey
to
Hussle
build
too.
stuff up. The
Mm-hmm.
wildest part about it, when he died, do you know what his net worth was?
How
With him
much?
doing all of that stuff that was going to be going on in LA that
Mm-hmm.
nobody picked up, the movie, the basketball court, the youth center, the I think like a studio for the kids in the neighborhood to like go record, all this
Okay.
stuff he had going on. Net worth of $8 million.
Wow.
Like the amount of things that, or the amount of people even in that area who would dwarf that net worth
Yeah.
and do nothing towards anything like that.
Yeah.
Not even just the community there, but
Mm-hmm.
their community back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those things blows my mind. But him actually putting things in motion and
Mm-hmm.
not getting to complete anything, I thought was real interesting.
Well, and the same thing with Jamie Foxx. Have you guys seen the Jamie Foxx stand up?
I
Didn't
saw.
he blamed Diddy for that, didn't he?
He did not. He
Ah,
did
I
not.
didn't watch that, but I saw Cat Williams go off on his
So
ass.
Here's the thing. Jamie Foxx kind of played into Cat Williams. A mystery illness. That's what he said. That's what he thought happened with Jamie Foxx. But Jamie Foxx was like, everybody said that like the internet tried to kill me. They said, did he try to kill me? I had a stroke. He had a stroke. All this crazy shit happened. He was in a coma for 20 days. Like, and I
he has a
know
lot of
there was things
functionality
of,
for the stroke.
yes, he has a lot of function. He has a lot of function.
He
And
also lost his tattoo on his head.
it's interesting. I
Didn't
don't know.
Mike Tyson steal that?
A lot of people said that this Jamie Foxx is a clone. Because remember when Gucci Mane went to prison? And they're like,
I mean,
oh, this nigga's a clone and da 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 da, like all this stuff. But he still had the charismatic ways that Jamie Foxx had. But he was so grateful. Like there was times where he just broke down and cried on stage multiple times during the set.
Cat Williams said, I didn't watch it, but Cat Williams said
it's good.
He invited us to his damn funeral and he was there. I was like, what? He's like, I was crying. This is Cat Williams. He's like, I was sobbing and crying, and then I thought to myself, this motherfucker got me in a stand-up crying. And then he's like, and then I looked at him and I was like, where the fuck his tattoo go? That motherfucker's a clone.
See, that's what I mean. They cloned Tyrone. Remember
I was
that
saying
fucking
they
movie?
only cloned Tyrone. And wasn't he in that movie?
He is in that. He was in one of them. He was a
Yeah,
pimp.
he was the main one.
He was a fucking pimp.
That's where he got the idea. It must have been where he got the idea.
So I love Jamie Foxx,
but this is the crazy part about it.
Shit.
And TJ and I have talked about this. Hollywood has literally told us and shows us what's going on in the world. We just think it's fantasy.
We think it's funny. We think
it's like they're just like, hey, we're cloning fucking people, and we're like, hey, that's a great show on Netflix. They're like, they don't want to fucking believe us. Like,
we've been doing it.
We're telling you guys.
They've been
TJ and Notch keep on asking for the truth. We're telling you, you just ain't fucking open your eyes.
You ain't listening.
Mac Miller said, open your eyes, you'll see all this shit for real. Like, what?
They keep saying, look up. And we're like, no, don't look up.
No, don't look up. Don't look up.
Like Nacho always says, look here, don't look over there. Fucking razzle dazzle.
But that's true right there. It's exactly what I've been saying. Mm-hmm. They'll show you this hand because they're doing something with this hand. Mm-hmm. We're so stuck on this hand, and we're just like, oh, this is what Fox is saying, or this is what Netflix is showing us. And dude, who knows what's fucking true at this point?
Who knows?
I feel like they do something like that, but it's like, hey, look at this hand. And we're like, but we know you're doing something dirty with the other hand. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this one's more entertaining. And you can't do shit about this one anyway.
You can't do nothing.
So
it looks
like,
that's the razzle-dazzle,
enticing over here.
I don't think it's razzle-dazzle. It's one of those when you realize
TJ's over here like this.
No
I want the money shot. The full-on money shot. Just give it to...
This seems fun.
I need the full-on money shot.
But it's true though. They give so enticing things here, and people eat the fuck out of it. But then the ones that are going on below, like Nacho and I talked about this on episode 29. What happened to the fucking UFO sighting that happened in Vegas, where that little boy seen those big ass aliens? Whatever happened
to everything?
Everything, and it's not been talked. What about the shit that happened in New Orleans, like
Miami?
Miami, the big ass
Miami,
aliens.
New Orleans, Las Vegas. The fires are done, and we're just like, okay,
DC.
Like what?
Well, no, the fire stuff. They
fucking orbs, the aliens, the drones, the balloons. Like we just don't like what.
But then in their face, TikTok's getting banned. Oh fuck.
Well, because TikTok had the nerve to say something bad about like. I don't know if you could say it on your platform, but those people Kanye can't talk about.
Oh, yes.
They had a platform where, hey, we're going to let you talk bad about those guys and forget all the rest of the world's problems. The part I did think was kind of funny. I thought we already
talked about it on the platform.
We did. We have.
Okay. I don't know what gets you guys, what is it? I don't know what gets you guys shadow banned.
We won't get fucking demonetized. Fuck that.
Just start a new fucking podcast.
Exactly. Oh, no. Every fucking day. But
the shadow ban stuff sucks because me and Gene got shadow banned.
It's a real thing.
And it became one of those, you had to type in the name of the podcast verbatim from the front to the back for it to pull up. And then hit enter.
Oh, wow.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Pretty much. Got to hit enter.
So as we're talking about that. Yeah. But as we're talking about that, this whole TikTok ban. Now, I know we don't give a fuck about TikTok because we don't have TikTok.
They lost it today.
they did. But here's my thing about
y'all seen that y'all seen the China app that they've been replacing it with, right?
Yeah, red.
Oh yeah,
red button or something.
That one looks kind of dope because then they're actually talking with people from other countries, actually communicating with them and going like, oh wait, but we're banning it because that's a communist. We think that's going to be communist, and China's looking at them like, bro, we haven't had TikTok since like inception.
Yeah, it's been done.
Yeah.
But here's my thing about it. The only reason why they banned TikTok is because they were harboring Americans' information. But what about all the shit that America's been doing with it too? When it comes to everything else, they still try to ban Shin, but every motherfucker's still buying stuff from Shin. They try to ban AliExpress. Motherfuckers are still buying AliExpress.
Temu.
But every
the TikTok,
Temu, and it continues.
no, the TikTok thing was because they were not able to stop the anti-Israel
But
videos from
what
being made.
platform doesn't?
None of them allow
Twitter
it.
does it all
Twitter's
the
the
time.
worst.
But
Twitter's shit for that.
no. Twitter's
Yes,
stuff
they
will be
are.
up there for a little bit, but
They
Twitter's
never took it
Israel
down.
stuff usually stays
Uh-huh.
up for a couple hours, goes away, and it doesn't pass a firewall if it's too bad or too believable. Which is why all their videos keep screaming, "This is satire. It's not real. Just for
I don't
entertainment
believe that.
purposes
I don't
only."
believe that because
On
look who's running
Twitter?
it. Look who's
Yeah.
running it. Elon
What
Musk.
Twitter were
Okay.
Every
you
Come
fucking
on.
on?
time I'm on
I've
Twitter is
seen
some
so much shit on
garbage.
there that it
It's
hurt my head.
terrible.
That's the
It's
only thing that
terrible.
I've been
Look,
on. I don't
it's
have
terrible.
TikTok to
terrible.
know.
It's terrible. But do you see pro Palestine stuff on there?
Yep.
Or do you see
I see it
anti-Israel
from
stuff?
both. I see it from
I
both
see both.
sides.
Both
Both
sides.
Ah,
sides every day. Every day.
Especially when it was heavy hitting. Dude, that shit
Mm-hmm.
was everywhere. I was
It was
seeing both sides.
bad.
I saw fucking Israel army people pissing on corpses. I saw other guys dragging girls'
Mm-hmm.
bodies and smacking them.
Yep.
I was just like,
Yep.
fuck both of these sides.
Yeah. It
Why the
was
fuck
crazy.
this is what
Right.
we've talked
Come on.
about. Why the
Those
fuck
are
are we in this fuck? Our
those are
noses shouldn't be that
videos.
deep in that ass.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's the difference. Those are videos of things that are happening, right? You guys are seeing live videos of things happening. Are you seeing
no.
videos
But
of
those were
people
like
talking?
retweets that would be like
But
pro this,
Correct. No.
anti this. Yeah.
I
What
think
were the
Trizzy's talking
people
about the
saying?
rhetoric.
Yeah,
Yeah, the rhetoric
because
of it.
you
Yeah.
have entire profiles on TikTok that are built on taking down Israel, built on building up Palestine, built on
Mm-hmm.
changing a narrative by taking their stitched videos and taking those videos that we saw on X and then
Mm-hmm.
further breaking down what's wrong with them, further
Yeah.
breaking down why it's illegal, why there were war crimes. And because Israel was not able to slow that down, they decided that one needs to go. Not Facebook, because Facebook has firewalls and blocks. Not Twitter, because
True.
Twitter technically has firewalls and blocks. You will see
True.
those videos, but they feel like they could still sit there and explain that to you. They feel like they could
Yeah.
tell you why that's necessary and why it was them protecting themselves. What they don't want is people like you guys having a platform that openly allows you guys to spill your own narrative
Mm-hmm.
and talk bad about them with receipts showing in the background.
So then why wouldn't TikTok adopt the same thing that Twitter did then for them
Because
to dismantle that? Like, because if you're going to do that, well, wouldn't you want to save your money? Then just add a fact check. Like, this video was taken out of context, da 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 da. Like, why wouldn't they want to do
that
that?
was, well, Jam, that was what they had to do or sell.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
was, you either need to censor yourself and quit letting people talk all this
Yeah.
anti-Israel propaganda and anti-Israel
Mm-hmm.
hate, or you need to sell it and buy it because you can't exist. And
Yeah.
the wild part about that is exactly those. They are perfectly fine with you knowing what they did. They are
Mm-hmm.
perfectly fine with you watching what they do. You
Yeah.
can watch them pee on the corpses, bury the corpses, uh, burn the hospitals, or blow up the school that they told all the children to go hide in. That part is perfectly fine because they still can explain to you why that was necessary. Because they had bombs underneath it, and we had intelligence that said this needed to happen. They're perfectly fine with that. They are not
Mm-hmm.
okay with people actually taking what they say, dissecting it, and throwing receipts up and saying, you do see that they're lying, right? You
Yeah.
do see there's a problem. Because the last people that, or all the people that tend to say that, end up dead.
Yeah.
Shout to
True.
JFK that wanted them to,
Yeah. That's
organize
true.
about a month before he goes
He
away.
died. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
No,
And
it's true.
what's weird about who replaced him, as wild as that is? Was I do believe was somebody who had heavy ties to Israel,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
And he
somebody
fit
who
right
told
in.
him,
He
hey,
fit right
you
in.
need to back up, you need to stop, and
Mm-hmm.
might have given an order or two that said, I'll be good to take over.
Yep. I
We can't
agree.
trust him.
They push
Uh,
that narrative. Mm-hmm.
but that's just it. They're perfectly fine with the stuff that goes on the other platforms to the degree.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
as long as you don't have an actual person breaking stuff down, preaching things, changing stuff up. That's what they got scared off
Zoe, place.
on TikTok. Because you
Place.
got those dudes like Ian Carroll, right? Who
Right.
do a TikTok that breaks down everything they just said, shows
Right.
all their receipts. To them, it's too dangerous of a platform, and if they lose American support, in their mind, they lose all their money. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I think it was last Friday. We decided that their military people, the IDF, are now eligible for American military benefits. So you serving in the IDF and serving on the Israel military, you'll be able to retire and enjoy all the same benefits as American military personnel.
Nice.
Wild to me. But at the same time, as a military brat, I can't imagine how we give those kind of benefits to a foreign military. But I think above my pay grade. But
No,
that
I
was a
feel
wild thing I saw on the internets the other day. Because while we have vets we don't take care of, we now have another country whose vets we're going to take care of.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys see that video of that big ass Navy SEAL dude that was having like a mental breakdown and the police were going at him?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm gonna have to send you the video.
Yeah.
This nigga looked like the Hulk. He was huge, and he was having a mental breakdown. And someone said in the comments, and it hit perfectly well. It said they trained this man to be a hired killing machine to help them, but they never helped him once he got out. And
Nope.
look at him now. He's having these nervous breakdowns. He's going very manic. They do all this shit to benefit them, but what happens when they're done? What happens when you're done with him? You just send them off. You send these people off, and then they have to deal with this shit, and then you put them in the system. I see so many of them where I work that were put in the system because there was no system set up to help them cope after they were done with their job. And it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with that? We keep sending so much money for bullshit, but we're not taking care of our own.
Yeah,
Man,
we've discussed
I don't
this
think we've
before.
ever done that, man.
Where did right? That's never happened, right?
Yeah, I was
We've
like,
discussed this, and
yo,
until somebody
tell the
actually
cats some
steps
nine.
up, and decides to change the way we are, history repeats itself. And right now, the money that they send over only benefits the rich in the top. That's all they're
Exactly.
doing. They
That's
send all
it.
this money
That's it.
to Israel to help them out. All it is just to protect their oil and their fucking. Are you my
Nah,
constituents?
the way they send the
Yeah.
money over, yeah, the way they send the money over, they don't send it directly to them.
Right.
It's more or less they send them credits kind of
Yeah.
thing, and they tell them, hey, we're sending you like $6-7 billion, but you can only spend those $6-7 billion on our military contractors. So if you need planes, that's Lockheed over there. You need
Yep.
bombs, yo, that's Raytheon over there.
Go
Oh, you
talk to
need
Halliburton.
tanks, that's exactly. Like this six
Yep.
billion dollars, we're not just sending you a check so you can spend it wherever you want.
Right.
We're allocating this money to you so you can spend it with our contractors.
Yep.
Whether we
Absolutely.
send it to Ukraine, whether we send it to Israel, whether we send it to West Bubblefuck Antarctica, we send the check to Raytheon and Lockheed and those guys saying, hey, they need this amount of stuff from you guys. Hey, they need this amount of stuff from you guys.
Yep.
Uh, it almost be like, hey, Notch, I'm gonna send you $100,000, but you can only spend it at Park Meadows Mall. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Shoot me your
Yep.
Christmas list, and I'll go pick it up for you, and we'll ship it over to you.
Yep.
And which
Yep.
blows my mind because they could solve homelessness with a fraction of what the hell they send to
Oh, I
other
know.
countries.
Correct.
You're okay.
Huh.
It's true though. That's they allocate all that money that is just going to benefit them, but it has to stay in this sector. It's not. It can't go outside. It has to stay here because we're going to benefit from it too.
No,
It's bull.
how are you zooming in with your hands off the camera?
Oh, craziness. So I have on. There's a button where it picks up wherever I go within the app. So it's
Okay.
all hands free. There's a
I was
button
like, I'm
top
watching
right
it,
corner.
and I was like, oh, you got E like back there working the camera or something?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
I got a what do they call it? A gimbal.
So there we go. There we go.
So as we're talking about shit that's going on in the world, have you guys heard? Because we're gonna get into the space thing. Have you guys heard that the moon is at risk? No, I'm serious.
Cause somebody can get there.
No, no, yes, because
Can they really get there?
they're saying more
Not through the
people.
firmament.
Technically, they're saying more people are going to the moon, so it's leaving more space debris that impacts the moon. So, like, there's an area where they say there's like heavy traffic, but if they continue to have tours like the Virgin Records shuttle that goes up there, and
And
they're
doesn't
trying to
land.
have more. And I know, but what they're saying is if they continue to have tours, imagine when people go to tourist attractions, they leave trash, they destroy shit, like, and it's heavily trafficked. Well, they're saying that this can happen to the moon, and the moon could be at risk when it comes to that.
Well, I'm saying we don't have people smart enough to get us there. So
Yeah,
I don't.
I'm agreeing with that with Trey. So there's multiple things to that with it.
That's a
First
wild
off,
part.
I feel
Yo,
so
if
you. I
we get
feel
so
there,
you.
the trash that they're leaving there are unmanned vehicles. First off,
yeah.
Yeah.
the site that they're really for, if we're complaining about the moon, maybe we should look at the ocean. We should look at Everest, because if you haven't
They
seen the
got
top of
mad
Everest,
bodies. They
I
got
don't even
mad
I wouldn't
bodies.
fuck the bodies that they
Yeah,
left up
vultures
there.
can't fly that high.
Dude, the top of Mount Everest looks like a dump. It's just nothing but flags and trash and
Hmm.
oxygen tanks. I'm like, bro, it's not even appeasing. Yeah, I went to the top of the of Earth, but at the same time, like, I just saw trash. Like,
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yo,
Yeah.
you went to the top of the earth, just saw trash, and still no curvature. It's the wildest thing in the world, right?
You're stupid.
Wildest thing in the world. Just
We No, we're not on that
All
type of
right,
level.
Kyrie, we ain't
But
doing that. I fuck with Kyrie when he was chilling with the Native Americans that came to the game, but I ain't fucking with that flat Earth shit.
yo, I'm telling you, the peyote be pulling stuff out of you, probably, man.
But Notch, I know you wanted to get into the space stuff.
yeah,
Like,
so well, even with the moon thing, so
run
the
us.
difference, the distance right there is almost 240,000 miles away just
Hmm.
to get to the moon.
Right.
And we're having problems. Even SpaceX yesterday, I watched it because I was like, "Oh, cool! They're gonna re-enter. It's the new shuttle."
Hmm.
Clearly in high definition, I saw that shit fucking tile flapping around like this. I was like, "Motherfucker, that doesn't look safe,"
Oh,
and it blew up.
you see
And I
that
was
thing
like,
fall back to the earth though?
Hmm.
Like
"Yeah."
those videos
Hmm.
look like
Yep.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Is that Goku?
Yeah, I said that. I was like, oh, the Saiyans coming in right now. All 10 of them dudes. Just
I think it's really cool that space exploration and SpaceX and NASA and all them are doing that stuff. I just don't believe. And again, everybody has their own opinion and stuff, but the
Yeah.
technology back in 1969, which we discussed this, just doesn't add up. It was
Right.
just it was
It was
just a
a
tactic.
Casio watch. They
It was
said
a
this
tactic
Casio
to
watch can make me go
scare
to space.
the
yeah,
Soviet Union.
Yeah.
In
yeah.
my opinion, that's my own opinion. People say we landed on the moon. I personally believe that it was a scare tactic. It was a military tactic, and
Or it was a
we won.
space race.
We did
We
it.
wanted to get
Fun
there
We
fact.
won it.
first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fun fact in the space race. No matter who got there first, if they got there, didn't get there.
Hmm.
The United States developed or spent $2 million during the space race, right? In the 60s, when $2
Okay.
million
Yeah.
was a
Back
whole
then.
lot of
Yeah.
money, to
Hmm.
develop a pen that would write in anti-gravity. Because
Hmm.
every ballpoint pen we have needs gravity to operate, right?
Hmm.
So we spent $2 million developing a ballpoint pen that would write in outer space.
Hmm.
The Russians had the same problem, right? So do you know what they did instead? They used a pencil. Saved all the money in the world. They said, "Hey, we can't use
Fucking
pens.
smart.
Yo, just grab that pencil over there. Watch. Boom.
Lead don't go up. Lead
Add
stays
all at all.
down.
Exactly. We can
That's
write
fucking
just fine
true.
with that. Just to let you know how smart we were during that space chase, right? And quite naturally, because we spent so much more than anybody else to get there, we had to get there first. We of course got there first.
America has to be first.
Exactly.
Has to be
We
first.
easily spent something like eight more figures than the next country to try to get there. And technically, we were so far away. We grabbed war enemies and said, "Hey, you guys got some good technology. How about we don't put you in jail and just
Do you
we'll
know where
call
the
y'all
scientists came
NASA."
from?
Yeah,
Do you
I
know?
mean,
Do you know where a lot of
Nazi.
them scientists came from?
It's one of those.
They were
Hey,
like, "Hey, there's scientists down in Venezuela that came from Europe. We should go
in
snag those fuckers up.
Come
a
here.
They
I
helped
need to
us
talk to
build
you.
the nuclear bomb." Like,
yeah,
Yeah, I need to talk to
in
you.
a something, right? In a there were two letters after that.
we'll just change it to SA.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know you're Mexican Spanish or Mexican Nacho, but they don't got to be SA. Uh, there were two letters like ZI, or you might be right. It might be ZI or SA. NA something. Uh,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
one of
like it's
those.
interchangeable. I mean, same
Yeah,
thing,
it
same thing.
works. It works. Yeah, it works. But it's true though. This whole space thing is just crazy to me, man. Like I don't know. Like what more were you wanted to get into on that one, Notch?
Bro,
On
have you
that
guys
note.
so with space? So this is something I was talking to TJ about because I've been doing a lot of astrophotography, and then I got really deep and started listening to some physicists on YouTube, and I've been kind of like trying to boost my knowledge and all that shit, like Schrodinger's cat and all the fucking all these physicists, their all their facts and their theories and shit like that. First off, my question is, if I just come up with some crazy bullshit stuff that kind of sounds scientific, does that make it a theory? Because that's what half of this shit sounds like to me when
Yeah,
I
It's a
read it and
theory.
listen to it.
that's exactly
It's a
what it is,
theory.
sir. It's a
So
It's a
then,
theory.
do
theory.
I get a?
Uh,
If I come up with something that's like, okay, so I learned about black holes, and I dug deep into it, like crazy deep into black holes and how it works and all this shit, especially with Interstellar because it's one of my favorite movies. I was like, you know what? I was really entertained by Interstellar, but like I don't know what the fuck was going on like on those planets. Like it made sense, but it didn't make sense, and I wanted to dive deep into it more scientifically with it and everything. And then I was like, I was listening to all these theories, and I was like, what the fuck? Some of these are just like,
It's out there.
if there's a black hole, there must be an opposite, which is a white hole. Black holes don't let light out. White holes emit light out. But it's just a theory. And I was just like, wait, what the fuck? So are
but
we
the
just
weird,
saying whatever the fuck we want and it makes sense? Like,
yeah,
and this is an honest question. I really wanted to talk to a physicist or somebody in the scientific world to be like, dude, a white hole?
now
Like all
I have
you
a
said was
question,
opposite what a fucking black hole was, and they just said, "Good theory,
but
must
but
be true." We have no footage, nothing on it. We've never seen it. Somebody
Right.
just thought about it and said, "Black. What if it's a white hole?"
well, equal and opposite reactions.
It's the opposite of a black hole. Instead of it not letting light out, it shoots light. Bro, you're onto something. You're a physicist. That's amazing. Science to me sometimes boggles my mind,
It's
Well,
bullshit.
especially when I was like the whole theory of a black hole. So with Interstellar, when we watch Interstellar, we see on the spaceship time is different, and then on the planet with the water, the clicks were time going by. And then in a black hole and all that theory and stuff like that, the event horizon fucking
Yeah.
crazy, crazy shit if you think about the event horizon and how a black hole works on the inside. But at the same time, I'm like, how the fuck do they know this? Because the only thing we're going off on a black hole is photography. And we're just taking a step into time, which is crazy to think about. And it's one of the cool things I thought about with my astrophotography. Every picture I take, especially right now because I'm trying to get Orion's Nebula down, is all in the past. Right
Oh
now,
yeah. Just
right
like the
now,
stars.
I'm a fucking time traveler. If you think about it, but at the
Basically,
same
you're looking
time,
into the
we
past.
barely have footage or pictures of a black hole, and all of a sudden we know what the event horizon and inside the black hole works.
Exactly.
And I'm like, bro, Einstein's theory of relativity was really cool, but like, how much of that shit is just shit coming out of your ass?
But think about Ancient Aliens when we watch that. Every single time they open up their mouths, aliens were God. Aliens were this. Aliens did that. And it's all theory. It's just theory. It's just something that someone thought of that's no hardcore evidence. It's just, but they sound so educated and they sound so 100% that people are like, I believe him.
Well,
when I heard about the white hole,
I
was like, bro, my life goal now is to have my own theory be published. I'm seriously learning about
Terrence Howard has all kinds of patents.
Space and time. Space and time is my new found thing that I'm loving because it's crazy. Like, it hurts my head sometimes. I'm just like, the moment that I found out of like black hole and time and how it works, I was outside in the backyard like doing laps, just like in my head thinking about shit, and I was just like, bro, like time is crazy to think about when you really think about it.
Now I'm gonna
gravity doesn't even fucking exist if you think about it. Gravity. No. Einstein's theory literally says gravity doesn't exist. When you drop an apple, that apple doesn't fall. It's the Earth shooting up to it because we're in such a fast movement, but our mind can't comprehend it. So they just said gravity drops.
Now, quick question.
Go ahead, Trizzy.
For the life of me, I thought apples dropped.
No.
But then you talk to a real smart person, and they're just like, no, apples don't drop. The Earth is moving. Have you ever thought how fast the Earth moves? Like, think about it. That shit is.
But we don't feel it.
And for some reason, when people go to space and take pictures of it, it looks like it's still.
It's still. Mm-hmm.
When they shoot videos of it, it looks like the clouds move a little bit. But it's you never see the spin, which blows my mind because it's supposed to be thousands of miles per hour. But I think that if we were spinning like that, I should be able to jump straight up in the air and land in a different spot. Mm-hmm. Or if I'm too close, I should fly a helicopter straight up and straight down. And I don't know why I land in the same spot because the Earth is moving way too fast for that.
But then again, think about when we used to go.
Comes into it.
Yes,
I think we should. And this is if you guys want to or not.
Because what do they tell the pilots? Assume the Earth is a flat, non-moving plane.
No, there's no flat shit.
No, that's what they. No, time out. That's false. What they tell the pilots. I can send you that because they do tell the pilots when you fly, assume that the Earth is flat and doesn't move, and that's how you dictate your flight patterns. You could check out anything on flight school, and they will tell you that's one of the first things you learn is as you fly, you assume that the Earth is non-spinning. Now, if you want to listen to why NASA says they tell you that, it's because we're on the Earth, we're going to be spinning and rotating with the Earth. Henceforth, we don't need to calculate all that math because we're going to do it naturally. Because we've been doing it all our life as we navigate this planet.
And it's like when you go on the Starship 2000 at the State Fair. That's that theory. That's the theory. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, it's a theory.
But at the same time, when people take pictures of that thing, it's moving.
Yep.
Still doesn't move fast enough to look still.
I know. I
mean, I don't know. I think, have you guys listened to those telepathy tapes?
Mm-mm.
Yo, apparently, love those things to death. It was a 10-episode pod run, like one season. And they talked to some, I don't want to ruin it, but I recommend you guys listen to it. 10 episodes and the first one is this lady gets a hunch. She's going to go check out this girl in Mexico, right? And she's a non-verbal autistic girl. But they're all screaming that, like, she could read her mom's mind. Right? Won't bore you with
I thought we talked about this.
A little bit, but I think it was when I first started listening. No, we did talk
about it.
Oh, you and T might have.
Yeah, remember, it's the same thing with that thing that we saw on TV, or on Netflix, where they, where they were saying they could
they could write and type. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tell them I love you. Yeah. Tell them I love you. Is that? Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Yep.
that's a different.
Yeah.
That's a different one. That one's something different.
Hmm.
The telepathy tapes are a podcast, and for like a month, they knocked Joe Rogan off the top pod spot.
Oh,
right.
Interesting.
But it's yeah. The first one starts with this girl in Mexico. They think that she could read her mom's mind, so they do
How?
a couple
How do they
tests.
know that?
So
if she's nonverbal,
she's nonverbal, but she could type on a board, right? So she could type on an iPod, show her, and the way they do the tests kind of help out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they put the mom, I guess, on one side of the room, her on the other side of the room for the first couple ones. In the end, they think they have them like in separate rooms or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those, they show the mom like a 4-digit to like 7-digit number. Random number generator. They download the app on the camera or something like that. And as it shows these random numbers to the mom, the girl is somewhere totally different, doesn't see the iPad, doesn't see the mom, and can tell you what the numbers are.
Huh.
They blindfold her and they start having the mom like look at colored popsicle sticks or something like that. And as
Mm-hmm.
the mom's looking at the popsicle stick, she can lift it up. So she's blindfolded and just going like the green one, the yellow one, blue one, stuff
That's
like that.
interesting.
So they have
That's
all these
interesting.
tests. And then at the end of it, or towards the middle of it, like just to give a little bit of a spoiler, if you're
Mm-hmm.
paying attention, there's times where they ask this girl questions in Spanish and she answers them in English. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Uh, but it goes into, at the end of it, they're like, hey, if you think this is amazing, you should talk to this other kid. And it builds on this whole entire road. Go on 10 episodes, like episode 9 or 10. I think it's something weird like one of the kids passes. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But before they can like spread the word that the kid had passed, all the other kids call and say, hey, we heard, or so and so told us yesterday that they transitioned and they passed and that's, that, and the other.
Oh wow.
But it ends up going from like that first one into like a whole bunch of metaphysical stuff.
Wow.
Um, one of the big takeaways I took away from it is there was a kid who was ridiculously talented, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And had no clue he had a physical body.
What?
Like they told him something and he was just like, where, what do you mean I have a finger? And when they would touch him and they nonverbals like that touching sensation stuff,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
he would sit there and go, oh, I could feel that. Wait, that's my finger? Can I move it? And had all
How
kinds of weird
weird.
questions. But a lot of them were saying that they operate in this metaphysical world because the physical world is just too difficult, right? Everybody's
That's
born,
interesting.
and they swear everybody's born with the ability to go to this metaphysical world and have these metaphysical properties and talents and all this other stuff. But because we're so engulfed on this plane teaches us to lose all the other stuff. So
Wow.
they go, all of it's real, all of this, and where they break it down is real interesting as well, because it takes a decent leap of faith to believe everything that's on it, but at the same time, it's a hell of an interesting story. Uh,
Huh.
and yeah, it just kind of, they have a couple on there that's nonverbal, and these two love hanging out together, but they could be in a house on separate floors and then just come out of there talking about, dude, that was amazing. And talk about how they talked all day, even though they weren't in the same room.
That's
Uh,
interesting.
yeah, highly recommend to listen. If for nothing else, then it's a dope story. Not saying it's all believable. Not saying you need to believe all of it,
Right.
but it's one of those. I, they got me interested in wanting to see the tapes, but I'm not paying $10 to see the tapes. Uh, I'll wait till they actually have the Netflix documentary out because they're working on a documentary. So the
Okay.
$10 is to see the tapes of the studies that they're going to build into the documentary later. they'd have got $10 from me if they'd have just said, "Hey, we need $10 for donation for the documentary. Throw us $10 now. We'll shoot you a copy when we get it done." Sold.
Wow.
Uh,
Wow.
but yeah, one of the kids talks about whenever they get a message from one of the gods, it's always terrifying, scary. That's when they wake up screaming type stuff. And other kids talk about how they go to a school at night with Jesus, Buddha, and all these other spiritual leaders.
That's crazy.
But they also say that's the other thing is our metaphysical selves are most powerful and most active at night when we sleep.
I
But
believe that.
yeah, we're also taught to ignore a lot of that stuff and oh, that's just rubbish because it's not in this plane. But I 100% believe you gentlemen would enjoy the
That
podcast,
sounds crazy.
and
I
I'd
like
love
shit
to hear,
like that.
especially after you guys listen to episode 9 and 10, right? Because like 1 through 8 build up to it, so you
Mm-hmm.
do want to listen to those to see how they get there. But episodes 9 and 10, yo, are those ones are the ones that you're like, yo, if half of this shit is real, damn.
That is crazy though. That is
Yeah.
fucking crazy. I got a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a question for Trey too. He just
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was gonna
like
say
he just
you
went
get.
off.
I know he went
He
off.
threw
Oh, my bad,
something
my
left
bad.
I'm gonna
field, which was
have.
amazing.
I
I
know it's a
definitely want to
plug.
listen to it.
Fuck yeah.
But you didn't explain if you believe the Earth is flat or round. I don't know if we've actually, now that we've talked about this, I kind of want to get your opinion, because if it's flat, what kind of pirate are you? What are you going to fall off the Earth? Like, what
No, no,
happens?
What is
no.
this
We
on
hit the ice
Stranger
wall.
Tides with Pirates of the Caribbean?
No, you end
We
up
hit
running
the,
into
so
the ice wall.
you just believe there's an ice wall around it? What happens
All
after
around
that?
No.
us.
All right, I'll
What
put
happens
it.
What's on the
after?
other side of it?
You know what I think you know what I think the Earth's built like for real? I think the Earth is built like one of those little poppers that we used to have like way back in the day. You remember you
It's
flip
like
it inside
this.
out and it like shoot up to the ceiling type thing?
So like a
Yo,
half of a spear?
yep. Half of a sphere, and as a matter of fact, it might be on like the inside out part of the half of the sphere. So
So
at
you're
the
just
So
like
edge,
this.
we're
no,
on
no,
the inside of it?
the exact opposite, TJ. At the end,
Mm,
it goes like this, right?
okay.
And then that's your little ice wall and enough of a lip that it would turn you around right back to where you're going.
Hmm.
So we
But
just
at the
walk in a
same time,
complete circle.
do we know
But there has to be
anybody?
an edge.
Huh? No, there
There
doesn't.
has to be an edge.
No,
Why
no.
not? Why
What do
not?
you mean? Because if it's like this,
Correct.
just imagine a sphere. I
You
I
know
go to
what?
the edge.
Has
What's on the other
anybody
side?
has anybody ever taken a boat around the world?
Many of people have.
Now,
Yeah.
some people say they have. Have you ever seen the routes that they say they took?
Well, they can only take it on depending on so there's only multiple ways that you can get around the Earth based off of the waves and currents and stuff like that.
There
Even
are
if you go
two ways.
south of,
No, I take
even
it
if
back.
you go south
Yeah,
of
two.
South America, what is that? Cape Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Cape Hope is one of the worst places that you can go, but they still take boats down there.
They do, but never all the way around the world. Those boats
What do you
just
mean?
simply go across or like around, and then they turn back around. Like
No, they go up and they go up the coast of Argentina.
they'll go up the coast of Argentina, usually to like New Zealand, Australia, Japan,
You're
India,
going this
somewhere
way
like
now.
that, and they'll drop their
Because
goods off,
if we
and
went
then
this
they
way, we'd have to go to Africa.
correct. But what I'm saying is, if somebody were to start in the LA Bay, right, and sail east,
Which way are you
and
going east, through the Panama Canal or down
that
past?
either way you want to go, the idea
Okay.
would be you would leave LA, the LA Bay, and you would return to the LA Bay. The routes that are available for you to take, uh, when you get to that area, are like you said, you either got to go Cape Hope or you got to go Panama Canal.
To go
Mainly
through that way.
because yeah, because
If I want to take a shortcut,
you can't go up above
because
Canada
everything's
or
frozen.
Alaska. Exactly.
So
Um,
yeah, that's
so
just
it has to be one
that's
of
just
those two.
it's
But
solid. We could walk, but if you want a boat, yeah.
right,
Mm-hmm.
but 100%, I don't believe there's anybody that's ever completed that trip. Usually,
But
if
that
they
doesn't
say
mean
they've
that it's
gone
still flat. That
around
still
the
doesn't mean that the
Trey,
Earth's flat, though.
hold on, bro.
no, I'm saying
Because
that
it's an impossible
You can
trek.
follow boats live just like you follow planes. They take that route all the
I
time.
had a
I've been through
coworker
the
that
Panama Canal.
I had a coworker that actually
yeah, I'm not saying you can't
did a
go through the
cruise to
Panama
do it.
Canal. Like where did
Yeah.
they start? Where
Not a
did they start
cruise.
at, TJ?
They actually started in Japan.
And where did they end?
They ended. Where did they end? So they did Japan, and they went around Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
went through, and
Mm-hmm.
then they even had a stop in Australia or New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to pull it up. I'll have to show you
Yeah.
their route because I
Yeah.
have their route on my
I was just
computer.
say, I'm just curious on the route.
Mm-hmm.
Trey, so hold on. You went from flat Earth to people can't sail?
No, I didn't say people
What?
can't sail, sir. All right.
I'm so confused. I'm
Yes,
pulling up. I
because
know the world's map, but like heart, it
yes,
doesn't
and
make
not.
sense.
No. What I'm trying
My
to
head
get you to
hurts.
no,
You're worse than a theory.
no, that not because you're not
What?
finishing. All right. So what the question was if somebody were to sail around the earth, what does
Yeah.
the route look like? That was the
Okay,
question.
so
So
are you asking
going
is it
from
possible? Because if I went
yes,
from LA, I would either take the short route to Panama, go
well,
across the Atlantic, go under Cape Horn, which is Africa,
yep,
go around up to the Indian Ocean area, go around India, go around to China, go straight across past Australia, and I'm in LA. I just went around the world.
okay. Now, if you were gonna fly, how would you go?
It depends. So which way are you trying to go? From LA
Just
to where?
just around the world, like
Well,
around
we
the
can't.
equator. Because
So
at that point, you don't have to go around obstacles. You're gonna be able to fly over them.
Fly over it.
Yes.
so LA flight goes to LA to New York, which we know we have to go with the curvature of the Earth because it's a shorter distance. You know
Sure.
that, right?
I mean, if the
Planes don't go in a straight line.
I mean,
Trey, you've been on planes. We
yes,
know that
but
we don't go in a straight line. They
I
go
know,
with the
but at the
curvature of
same
the Earth
time,
because it's shorter.
if the Earth is a pyramid that's spinning upside down, uh, would you go the same route?
We're not talking about pyramids. We're talking about spheres.
Sphere, pyramid, pick a shape.
I'm talking about what the shape of the Earth is. There's no fucking pyramids.
Okay, what makes you think
What?
the shape of the Earth is a sphere?
Because that's how gravity in space works, dude.
That is not how gravity works.
Yes, it does. What are
No.
you talking about?
So,
When
time out.
something has mass and it has gravity, it pulls it in and it like builds that shape because it's in a rotation and it rotates around the sun. It's gonna make a sphere. That's why most things in space are in an oval circular shape. The moon isn't completely circular.
A
It's in the
circular
shape of
shape, yes.
a lemon.
A circular shape does not imply a sphere.
I'm talking about a sphere, a round thing. It
Yes,
spins. It's
yes.
not going to be a
No,
flat disc.
if I had a pizza right here, it would look round to you. You would
But the
not
Earth
know.
isn't.
Time out, but you would not
Are
know
we
if this.
talking two-dimensional or three-dimensional?
Let me land the plane. If there was a pizza
He's,
right here, you would not be able to see if it was a sphere or if it was flat. You
Yes,
would
I would
simply
because I could look at it at different angles.
no. If I had it right here, and it wasn't moving, nothing was happening, you would just say, "Hey, that's a circle." If I turned it and it stayed a circle, it'd be a sphere. If I turned it
But
and it was flat, it would just be a flat circle. But it would, from your perspective, what the moon looks like is a sphere, right? But you've never seen any other side of the moon.
because it rotates different with the Earth. It rotates at the same distance
Well, I'll put this.
from our
You see the same craters. You see the same
because it
craters.
doesn't because it doesn't that's how it rotates.
that's how
The
we
Right.
Earth
rotate.
That's
the
perfectly
Earth
fine.
rotates
But
at
the
the
idea
same
is,
distance in the moon
yes, but the idea is if you've
or
never
same
seen
speed.
any other side of the moon, you have no
I've seen
proof.
it in pictures.
No, well,
They sent shuttles around it.
and they're all
Only
CGI
unmanned.
pictures. Yes,
No, I'm talking about
No,
most
this is
recent.
years.
yes.
They just did it recently.
All right. I want you to send me the picture, and we'll see on the bottom where it says
Trey, hold on. You
CGI.
keep on going off a track. Hold on.
No,
We're talking about
nobody's going off
sphere
the
and
track.
why the Earth isn't round to you, and you went to people can't sail, and
No.
then you wanted
All
me
right.
to explain how flights work. I'm not the FDA.
No.
FAA. Whatever the fuck it is. But I'll explain it. But you've been on planes. You know we don't. When I went to New York, I didn't fly straight across. We had to go up north.
My bad. How do you know?
Because I have maps, dude. Everything has maps now. Everything is GPS. They can't lie about that
My
shit.
bad. Wait. So because your map showed a bendy instead of a straighty, you believe you didn't go straight?
Trey,
Even though
I
in
flew
your
from
heart of heart,
DIA,
you
I
look
could have
out the
went
window and you're
straight
just
through
like,
Kansas over to Nebraska. We went over North Dakota. Why would we have to go all the way to North Dakota?
How did you know it was North Dakota?
To get to Chicago.
Because the screen told you it was?
No, they tell you to.
Yes, because they told
Trey.
you. Yes, so you're telling me that you trust they. You trust them.
I trust me. I'm not stupid.
Well,
Trey, I've
because
flown to Mexico.
time out. So you're telling me you can
I've
look
flown
out
to
of a plane?
Florida.
Not so you can look outside of a plane and be like, that's Mexico right there.
Okay,
Yep.
Trey, check this
No,
out.
that's Florida now.
Nope.
Now it's Florida. You see them gators? Them gators down there let you know it's Florida.
So when I flew from Colorado to Florida,
yes,
we
and you
flew
could
over
see
the Gulf.
and you saw every state.
Why did I have to go over water then? If I needed to go to Florida,
I'm
it's
surprised
not
you
a
could
straight
tell.
line.
I'm surprised you could tell what water it was.
What other water would it be out there? You're fucking with me. No, we're out. Trey,
No,
you don't.
We
No,
gotta move on.
no.
We gotta move
What
on.
other water would be out there? I didn't fly over the
The entire
Pacific.
point is this: you have no idea what you saw other than what they told you were seeing.
So
Hey,
what
we're
is it? A
flying over
fucking
the Gulf of
projection
Mexico.
below me?
Yo, bro, there's water down there. It must be the Gulf of Mexico. My bad. It must be the Gulf of America.
They
Okay?
haven't changed the name yet. Don't do that shit.
Trey.
Yet.
They ain't changing that
Yo,
name.
you know
They ain't
what?
changing it.
No,
We
Trey.
flying a little high right now. We supposed to be over North Dakota, but this looks like the 51st state. They got maple syrup all over the ground.
So just real quick, because this is the easiest one. I went from Denver to Florida,
Mm-hmm.
straight line. If I put a straight line, I shouldn't have seen the Gulf because that's the only body of water that was big enough. Only body of water. You could tell a lake. I've seen Lake Mead. I've seen the Pueblo Reservoir from a fucking plane. I could tell the difference between a lake and the ocean. What ocean did I fly over?
You said none. You flew over a Gulf.
Gulf. You know what I mean.
Just saying. I'm just trying to be clear. All right.
This is the motherfucker that says we can't sail because
I didn't say we can't sail.
a whole fucking
No.
Polynesian group. They're absolutely gonna
No.
cancel you, bro.
No.
That's their whole lifestyle.
Yes, but
Is
nobody said you
traveling the
can't
world.
sail. Now you got excited and said can't sail. I simply said when you
It's the
plot.
same but different, bro.
No, sir.
In a boat.
I'm saying when you.
I'm on a boat.
Okay, I'm saying when
I
you
got my
plot
flippy
that course.
floppies.
Got you. I'm saying when you plot that course and you look at how you would need to sail to get all the way around the world, nobody's ever actually left one port and went all the way around the world back to the other port.
That kid
Usually,
just did it sailing.
he
He
did.
did it yes,
From
Trey.
where? Hold on.
I will literally, when we get off of this, just look it up, dude. What are you talking about?
I'm looking right now.
Trey, I don't get, hold on. And then you went completely off.
Then he went
So,
dark.
the world is, I want to know why you think the world is not a sphere. And you went into sailing and flying. I'm so confused.
Well, normally,
He's fucking with me. I know he's
no,
fucking
sir.
with me.
No. All of the things that teach you how to sail and all the things that teach you how to fly. You could go ask Marat if you want to. They
Go ask
let you
who?
know. Hey,
Marat.
assume that the
Who the
Earth.
fuck's Marat?
Oh,
Oh,
he's
I
one
don't
of our
think you were
Turkish
here.
boys.
I don't think you. Yeah, I don't think
Oh,
you
he
met
wasn't
Marat
here.
when he.
Huh?
No, when
That was
you were
solid.
in Parker years ago. Years ago,
Yeah,
Marat. He was a Turkish homie that owned the hookah lounge
Oh,
here.
I know who that is.
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
you
believe,
might have.
bro. Come
He's
on.
a pilot
Yeah,
now.
he's a pilot. Yeah, he's a pilot.
I know pilots too. What are you talking about,
Yeah,
Trey?
I do.
Sir, then
This is like, what are you,
ask. You know what?
Trey?
Ask a pilot what they think about the curvature of the Earth.
I'm not asking them. I'm asking you.
Yes. And I've been telling you.
Them.
All right.
Why did I see the Gulf of Mexico then?
I don't know. I wasn't on that flight, but I imagine if you're flying to Florida, yeah, you're gonna fly over the Gulf of Mexico or
No,
Gulf of
because you said it
America.
was straight. If I put a pencil straight through a fucking map from Denver to
All right.
Florida, I wouldn't hit it.
What part of Florida did you land in? Orlando, Destin, Miami,
What's it
Tallahassee,
called? The Pensacola area.
Pensacola.
Pensacola.
I don't need to. I don't need to go to the. I don't need to go to the bottom part.
Only if they wanted the plane to face west when they landed. So that would be about it. But that would just be because they would go down, fly around into a circle into the airport. If your plane had to face west. But that's it. Uh, if that plane's next
I would
destination was
only need to
somewhere,
face west to take off because winds.
no, if they were
I would
coming
face east
from,
to land.
no, you would face east to come in to Florida, right? Because you're flying from Colorado to Florida,
Come down
flying eastward.
like this.
Now, if the
I didn't need
plane,
a. We didn't turn around. The ocean was on my right side. I have pictures. I always get a window seat, dude.
because if you're
It was
flying
on this
east,
side.
it would be on the right side. If you're flying from
Yeah.
Colorado to Florida, no matter how you're looking, if the plane's flying straight, the Gulf will be on your right side. The only reason I
But
would
we went
think
over it. It
correct.
wasn't land on my left side. It was
Now,
over it, both
now,
sides.
because I don't think they would fly to the airport and then turn around. What I'm saying is, before you get to the airport, the plane turns around, makes a big loop, drops down into the Gulf, and flips around just to turn around and land at the airport to face west, pull into the gate, right? And the gate just happens to be facing west. That turns the plane around, gets you to see the Gulf for a little bit, because they would make one big loop to make sure they land on time, because they can't be there early, can't be there too late. But yeah, I could do plenty mental gymnastics to make sure you see the Gulf on your way to Florida from Colorado.
But
Like,
what does that have to do with it not being spherical?
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
saying,
You just went completely off track.
okay, it goes like this, because if the world is flat, or if the world's a sphere, if you're flying from Colorado to Florida, I believe either way, you see that Gulf on your right side of the plane.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it proves it's a sphere. I don't think it proves it's flat. But Nacho goes,
But if
how
it was
come
a
I
straight
saw
line,
it?
I wouldn't have been near the Gulf.
Um.
I'm arguing that if the plane had to face west after you landed, you would see the Gulf because that big loop that they would make when they came around. I
But I
don't
didn't.
think you
The
seeing the
plane
Gulf.
didn't go.
But
Like
if you're facing
I
west, you're
remember
going
in
to see
San
the Gulf
Diego
on
we
your
All
went,
right,
left.
not
but
and
in
this is how I
Mexico
feel,
or Florida we went down.
and we all know how great human memory is. All right, like it's so great it's admissible in court. Uh, but that's what I'm thinking is, yeah, on a plane, if you see or whatever you think you see, it doesn't prove flat, sphere, anything, just proves you were on a plane. The same way that these people try to use the plane flight maps to show, hey, whenever you have layovers, when they make 0 sense, if you look at a flat earth, all those 0 sense layovers make perfect sense because they all fall in a straight line. Um, the only other argument I have is just that any flight school tells every pilot, whether you're flying uh, two propeller planes, whether you're flying jetliners, whether you're flying helicopters, assume the Earth is flat and non-rotating when you take off and when you land. Do
But
not
it's an
factor, do
assumption,
not
though.
factor the sphere. Do not
Mm-hmm.
factor curvature. Do not factor spin into your takeoff, into your landing. Why you don't have to factor those in? Who the fuck knows? Way above my pay grade. I just know that in plain black and white, on every pilot's paperwork, it tells them assume that the earth is flat and doesn't spin.
Well, yeah,
And,
because they're in the air. They don't have to go over terrain. They're in the sky. They don't have to worry about that
correct.
unless
But
they're going up against a structure or something that they
now,
have to go over. So
but
of course it's going to
but
be
Jen,
flat from that area.
but this is the argument, right? So the earth is spinning how fast?
Yes, but that's the
So
whole
if I
gravity
take
thing.
off, right, but if I take off from New York and I am going all the way to, I don't know, I'm going all the way to Russia. You're telling me the entire time I am in the air, I am 18,000 feet in the air and all that great stuff. And how long does it take for me to get from New York to Moscow?
It's probably like 20 hours, maybe more.
And in that 20 hours, I don't have to factor in the Earth spinning. Then in that Moscow would maybe move. No, you don't. You don't factor
Not really.
any of that in.
You don't have to factor time, that.
Though.
But that's time. That's but that doesn't
time and
still
space.
show that it's
so
spherical,
if I'm up in the
or
air
flat
and going, no, it doesn't show either one. If I'm up in the air and flying, and Moscow is supposed to be moving underneath me at how many revolutions per second? Or how many?
I have no idea.
How fast? However fast the Earth is moving, there is nothing, even as far as shooting up to space. If we land on the moon, we go to the space station. They never have to factor in the spin of the Earth to return, right? They leave the Earth's atmosphere. They're in a non-gravity area. They're floating around everywhere. It's how unaffected by gravity they are. However, they know exactly where they need to go, whenever they need to go to land back at Houston. Because they do not have to ever factor in the Earth spin. Or they do not ever have to factor in that the Earth is in a different place. Or that the Earth is moving so fast.
Hold on, Trey. We'll get back into that because me and you are going to have a real we'll get deeper into it because I feel like I could disprove everything that you said right there, but I'm going to disprove your sailing thing right here and there. Happened January 26th to 2024. Her name was Cole Brower. She was the first United States woman to sail.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even saying through a ship because I like the word sail because she actually was a sailor. She started in England, went down through Cape Horn, went around Australia, went around Cape of Hope, and back to England.
And
completely sailed. She didn't even go through the Panama Canal. She actually went down by Antarctica. So she went through the choppy ass water.
Nice. That's cool. Now, Jam, did you time out? Jam, did you hear about this?
I'm looking at it. I'm reading it. I mean, I believe it.
I know you did. You did. And what was the publication?
It's everywhere, dude. She was on New York Post. She had a whole Instagram following her. She video blogged it the whole route. You could follow her.
It's a good thing none of those sources ever lie. But
Trey,
sorry, that one I'm just fucking with you,
bro. You are shitting me.
That one I am. I ain't gonna lie. But it's one of those. My bad.
First off,
nobody knew when it happened.
She started in England, and the BBC, I believe them fuckers more than anybody. So.
Yo, I'll tell you this. I don't know how much I trust England, because all they've ever done is lie to me. But
they probably told you the Earth was flat.
Man, nah, they told me they ruled the world.
They did. They're just. We all know that. Come on.
They run everything.
They did at one point.
Yeah, they ran everything at one point.
There's a whole book. What was it? It was at Barnes and Noble. I picked it up, and it was like something like 40-something truths you still don't know, or something like that. And like the number 3 one was what was it? Number 2 was like the United States is a filed to be a corporation in like 17 something. And like number 4 or 5 was the United States didn't win the Revolutionary War. We're still property of England. Something weird like that. And I was like, oh.
Well, it sounds like the Man in the High Castle, like we spoke on last time too, where we lost World War II.
Yo, we lost a lot of them things, man. The World War II one makes way more sense looking at it. And what was the other one? Like we just kind of replaced Germany in the world order.
Oh, Yep. Well, I got a question for y'all. So this question is: you're offered $50,000 a month, but the person who you hate the most gets $100,000 if you take the offer. Would you take the offer?
Wait, what happened? Repeat it?
So
I'm like Googling shit for trades. Your fucking inbox is gonna be nuts, bro.
Yo, we'll trade them back and forth. I got plenty. I got a
the
whole folder I save on
This
the
motherfucker has been
Earth
sending me
flat.
somebody from Turkey's shit. I'm like, bro, what? My cousin's from Turkey. I can do the same thing.
mm-hmm.
Yo, we
But
got him.
the question is, you're offered $50,000 a month, but the person who you hate the most gets $100,000 a month. If you take the offer, are you guys taking the offer?
Hell yeah, because I hate timber the most. That shit's going in my bank account.
It's going in my money.
I was gonna say
So 50,000, and then the most person I hate the most gets how much?
Gets $100,000 every
100,000.
month.
Yeah, I don't care.
I was gonna say
Money in my bank account.
that's the
Fuck
hard
that.
part about it
Yeah.
is I can't think of somebody like I hate the most.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But
That's the
That's what I was
thing.
so
thinking.
it's
I
one
was
of
like, I
those.
don't really have hate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but at the same
I
time,
hate the trolls, but like, if they get money, they can make their own podcast. I don't care.
that's what I feel like. Is I take the money just off the idea of whoever gets the 100, man. Just
The only
I'm pretty
thing I
sure we
would
became friends
heck,
after that.
I
They
was
were
gonna
right.
like,
say.
yo, you just
So
made me money.
now I'm just gonna sit back and say, now, Jam, what happens if you say you get that same offer, you say yes or no, that part doesn't matter. But then
Uh-huh.
that same person comes up to you later on and goes, "Hey, so now you're gonna get 100K a month. Do you want to know who hates you the most?"
Yeah, that would be crazy. See, but
Right?
here's the thing. I would if I was on the other side of that, I would not want to see their social media at all, seeing them spinning and shit. Because like they're making 50,000 more than I am. I don't want to see them spend that shit. Like I'm gonna just let that be out of sight, out of mind.
I mean,
I wouldn't even care.
I
Like
don't
at
think I
that point,
would.
it's
Like
just, bro,
I'd be perfectly
Eh,
fine. Like I'm pretty
yeah.
sure whoever would get that 100K if I took the 50K is probably like a friend on Facebook or Instagram or
it
Snapchat.
could be.
I don't really be deleting people like that, right?
No, I don't. I
So
don't either.
they
I don't
might be on
either.
there. I might end up watching them spend it. Man, just do it like you do it for TV. You know what I mean?
So it's 50,000.
Make
How
it look
much?
good.
Just a random 50,000, or like
Just every month, 50,000
every
every
month?
month.
Okay, every month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep,
I wouldn't
50,000
care
every
about
month.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't care either. I'm just
Dude,
devil's ad.
It's a
those are
yeah.
those questions where they're like, if you got $2 billion, but your sister had to lose her ear. I was like, I'm pretty sure my sister would be like, go ahead,
Just
like,
fucking do it.
No,
you could
Just
cut off my ear
fucking
for two
do it.
billion. They're gonna replace it like they did Donald Trump's ear. So
I would
fuck.
say for 2 billion, yo, I'm hollering at Elon right away.
And
Yo, that Starlink ear.
exactly. Okay, so I got a story for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I found this on No Sleep. So it's like a creepy little story. So the title is
That's what
My
he falls
Husband.
asleep to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My husband hasn't spoken to me in months, so I decided to surprise him at dinner. And it goes as followed. Hi, honey, I said, bustling over the stovetop. How was your day? He ignored me. He threw down his briefcase and got a beer from the fridge, the same as always. Is dinner ready yet? I pointed to the timer ticking on the kitchen counter. The meatloaf needed another 20 minutes. I think the correct phrase is, what's cooking, good looking? I joked. Look, I've had a long day, he sighed, draining his beer. Just come get me when dinner's ready. I will, honey, I said. After dinner, I have a surprise for you. Whatever, he said. And with that, he retreated upstairs to play video games. Supper seemed to be all he cared about these days. So long as he was fed, he appeared to want nothing else to do with me. I tried to get him to talk to me. Something was clearly bothering him. He just wouldn't open up. But this was all right. Once dinner was ready, I hollered up the stairs that it was time to eat. The spread was immaculate. Roast cauliflower with lemongrass, shallots, jack potatoes, and garlic confit. And for the main course, a beautiful meatloaf, my own recipe. His favorite. I thought he might even notice. Instead, he simply began eating without even looking at his plate. His eyes were glued to his phone. But that was all right. After 15 minutes of silence broke. Only by the sounds of chewing I spoke up. So how was the meatloaf, I asked. Good, he grunted. Curious about your surprise, I asked, smiling. Want a hint? He goes, what do you want from me, Rose? Plating another scoop of ketchup. I didn't forget your birthday, did I? His words stung, but I tried not to let it show. I'd been silently rehearsing what I was about to say for hours. Actually, I wanted to talk to you, I said, about the baby. He stopped chewing for a moment. His jaw set. He always wanted to be a father, but 6 months ago I'd miscarried at 20 weeks. The doctor told me we shouldn't try again. I told you before that I didn't want to talk about it. But I do, I said. She was my baby too. If you can't give me a child, he said, popping the last of his meatloaf in his mouth, then we have nothing more to talk about. But then he yelled, ow. He'd bitten down on something hard that it nearly cracked his tooth. As he gingerly pulled the thing from between his lips, he shuddered, unable to comprehend what he was seeing. Is that? He asked softly. I nodded. There's leftovers in the freezer if you're still hungry. It was a belly button ring. The kind his mistress wore. He clutched his mouth in horror, staring at me with more passion than he had in months. Is this it, you crazy bitch? He cried. Is this the surprise? Of course not, I replied. I was pleased that I finally got his attention. His mistress was pregnant.
Dang!
That's crazy hoe. That bitch is crazy.
Just a little bit.
Bitch is crazy. Yeah.
Man. How
She
did
out here
she
cooking
know?
people like Jeffrey Dahmer.
My question to that is, how did she cook the person into a meatloaf if humans are closer to pork than beef?
I don't know.
Mine went
I don't know what she did.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Not just going technical. Wait a minute. So hold up, because I remember.
She
It's
should
a
have
different
been
kind of cut.
bacon.
That should have been exactly. I'm like,
that should have been a tenderloin.
Was meatloaf? She grounded that shit up, and then it would have looked pale like pork.
Yeah, and they both ate her?
Yeah, they were both. Well, only he did. She just sat there watching him eat it. She just sat there watching him eat it because she knew. She was like, this motherfucker's cheating on me. I'm going to get him back. And the bitch. And I wanted a baby. And I cooked her too. She's psycho. She needs to be where I work
That's
at.
not a true story, is it?
No, it's not a true story. No, fuck no. Yeah. I hope not. I fucking
there
hope
was one
not.
I was listening to, and it was one of those radio shows. You know, they call in and stuff like that. This girl wanted to talk to this dude who apparently stood her up at a restaurant, right? Like she got called when she got there. He said, I'm here. I'm just about to go to the bathroom. This is the table. She goes and sits at the table. 2.5 hours later, she realizes, yo, old boy is apparently not actually in the bathroom. Dude might have dipped. So she gets one of the radio stations to call her up or to call him up and figure out what went wrong, right? Apparently, the dude was her ex, and he wanted to get her back because she left him some kind of messed up way. So the way he got her back was he made a Tinder profile, gets her attention because he knows she's a cheater and she has like a thing because she was cheating on him, right? So she sets it up and she drives 2 hours to this restaurant to meet this new mystery guy. Stays for another 2.5 hours and then drives 2 hours home. When the radio station calls, he just goes, oh yeah, it was my ex and this, that, and the other. Yo, basically, he sat there and wasted 6 hours of the ex's time because he said she left him in a messed up way. That I thought was fucking hilarious.
That's fucking crazy.
This was like a modern day Pina Colada song over here.
I was about to say, if you like Pina Colada.
It was either that or when he said called up the radio station, I was thinking of when fucking Avery, how he listens to War of the Roses and shit. And I was like, what the fuck is this dude listening to War of the Roses? And then
every morning,
Erica gave me a hug and she kissed me on the cheek. And he's like, you better not be cheating on my dad. And I was like, what the fuck, Avery? I was like, bro, what are you doing?
I'm gonna have to.
Roses,
he
bro?
listens to that shit all the time. You've been cheating. I gotta send you. Dude. He's been heavily into stop motion animation. He made some videos. I'm gonna have to send you one. I was fucking cracking up. It's oh my god, yeah. But
Really?
he's all into that shit. It's
You
hilarious.
got Avery making robot chickens?
Yes, he is. He loves it. I showed him Robot Chicken one time, and he goes, "This is cool." And I was like, "Yeah, stop motion's pretty sick." It was like we used to watch Robot Chicken all the time. I showed him what was it? Teenage or Middle Age Mutant Ninja Turtles. That one on Robot Chicken.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
say they
And
grew up.
cracking up. Yeah, they grew up. But I got some tweets. I got some funny tweets real quick before we get to the towards the end, just to kind of liven up some shit. So
Mm-hmm.
this tweet said, "My boyfriend was hitting me from the back, and I told him to verbally abuse me. It gets me off. He was shy about it, but I insisted, and this man says, 'Yeah, you like that, you fucking retard.'"
Wait, what?
She asked to be
Hold on.
verbally abused. He
she,
he
yeah,
obliged.
yeah. She asked her boyfriend to verbally abuse me because it gets her off, and he goes, "Yeah, you like that, you fucking retard." This one. "He was eating my pussy from behind and his nose accidentally touched my butthole, so I clenched my cheeks and said, 'Got your nose.' I haven't heard from him since." Terrible. Fucking terrible. Um, this one is it's a guy asking a genie. It says 3 rules that the genie's telling the guy. He goes, "No wishing for death, no falling in love, and no bringing dead people back." The guy goes, "I want Reese's cups to moan whenever I take their little panties off." And the genie goes,
Oh
"There
yeah,
are
I
now
read
4 rules."
that. I read that. That is funny.
Oh my gosh.
That last one was funny though.
Fucking stupid. What was the other one? Um, oh, this one's it's a picture of SpongeBob talking to Plankton, and it says, "Therapist, how do you express your emotions? Me. I find a meme on Insta and I share it and say, 'LOL, me.'" That's just how he gets his therapy going.
Yep.
That
It's
sounds
a
like
lot
new
of
age
everybody.
therapy. Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of everybody. Then you
Mm-hmm.
ask everybody and like, hey, how come you post that? Oh, no, nothing. I'm like, all right. Seems like you were deep in your emotions, but you don't want to talk about them.
Right?
Nope, they just post
There
them. Just post them.
there was one. This guy goes, he missed his ex, and he texts her and he goes, "I miss you," and the reply goes, "It was during Christmas," and the guy goes, "Merry Christmas, bro. Um, don't worry about your ex. She's been drinking me up like eggnog, little nigga." Yeah,
Jesus.
terrible. I was like, Jesus,
I
what an
mean,
asshole.
That's that one where it has that picture. It's those text feeds like you're reading and stuff like that. And it
Mm-hmm.
was like he was responding to a picture that he saw on like Snapchat or some shit, and he's like, "Wow, you look fucking hot. You got some tickle bitties." And she
Uh-huh.
goes, and her boyfriend responds, and he's like, "Hey, this is her boyfriend
Yeah.
talking," and he goes, "Oh, well, tell her she got some tickle
Tell
bitties."
she has some tickle bitties. That shit was so funny.
like,
That shit was funny.
like
somebody has to. Did anybody ever tell her?
I have no
I,
idea.
I know, right? Did she ever tell him? There's one I seen. It was a Twitter comments, and the guy had made a Twitter account for his dog, and it said, "I like long walks and all this other stuff." And the girl goes, "Does he like his belly rubbed?" And he goes, "Yes." And she goes, "Does he have any questions for me?" He goes, "Yeah. Do you like anal?" I was like, "That's fucking terrible." Oh, this one. This guy or this girl replies, um, ILYSM. Do you guys know what that means?
Ly.
I uh ILYSM.
L
I love your small meat.
something. I love your something.
So it's "I love you so much," but the girl said, "I love sucking your meat."
I mean, it's about the same.
It's about the same.
She's a keeper.
I'm saying.
She's bona fide.
She's bona fide.
This one, somebody sent a wrong number and it said, "I want to suck your dick till you nut in my mouth and your toes curl ASAP." And the person goes, "Who this?" She goes, "Sorry, wrong number." Hell no,
Like,
this is the right number.
This is the right number, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell no, this is the right number.
Can't send me that and say, my bad, wrong number. Nope. You got the right one.
Oh, I just found the one where it says them titties though. This her boyfriend. Tell I said them titties
Yeah,
though. Where the fuck do you want to be buried? In those titties, duh. Oh, so stupid. Those are the only tweets I got now. But what do we got for wrap up? We're hitting the 140 mark. Y'all got any music, other music than Mac Miller, TV shows, movies? What do you guys got?
Dude, that L. Michaels affair. I'm gonna send y'all a couple joints from him because the Wu-Tang ones are nice, but that the joint they did with Black Thought, I guess was maybe 2020. But
Oh damn. That's a
yeah,
while back.
them boys are nice. If you like horns, like some good, like some actual instruments in their music.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna dig them.
That's what's up. I did stumble upon Meg the Stallion song, Bigger in Texas. She's spitting. And the way she produced it, because she produced it herself, it's like she has Paul Wall in it, Slim Thugs in it, a lot of Houston cats are in it. It's a dope ass song, and the video, she's bad as hell in the video. Like, I like Meg the Stallion. Like, it just, yeah, she goes hard in that song.
Oh, also, y'all, do you guys listen to Mexican OT?
I love that Mexican out of Texas. That nigga go hard.
That Johnny Dang. That Johnny
It's
Dang
hard.
song is my joint.
That Johnny Dang is hard. Have you heard the one with him and Denzel Curry?
Yep.
Black Flag Freestyle? I love that Mexican OT. That nigga's
like
fire. He's fire.
I don't know how he be rolling things that aren't ours.
Better than that.
Yeah, like he be having choruses that sound dope. I just can't sing them.
Yeah, I love that Mexican
I
OT.
don't know
he's
how
fire.
He rolls a D. He says, I don't know. And somehow there's something he rolls and I don't know.
Just like Johnny. Then
yeah.
Chicken in the cakes got a pet like Canes.
Louis Vuitton umbrella when I walk through the rain. Can't say what he said till it's chicken like Canes.
Hey, yeah.
Some roll a whole bunch
money.
of words.
Rat pocket gold cane.
Yeah.
I'm a dirty but baby for 45. But I don't even know what he'd be saying. But he has a song with the baby too.
Yeah.
And you know how the baby raps.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how he raps.
The baby
he raps
just like that video is even funny.
I love that Mexican OT. He's so tight, bro.
Yeah.
He's so tight.
He got some joints. I like him. Like that song made me look into him a little bit more. And I was like, oh yeah, I could do his style.
Do you hear the one with him and Paul Wall?
Yeah. That's Johnny
That track's hard too. No. There's another one. There's another one with Paul Wall. What's it called? What is it called? Covered in Ice.
I have heard that.
You need to check out. You need it. Yeah, Covered in Ice is hard.
Yeah.
Covered in Ice is hard.
Because that's the other thing I got is I now got a Spotify account, but it won't let me do I made a playlist and it won't let me put the playlist just on shuffle. You got to do the smart shuffle. So it's like, hey, we'll shuffle this around and we're gonna throw in songs that we think you might like.
That you might like.
Yeah, like you're not gonna notice.
That's why I got Apple Music. I don't fuck with that.
I don't blame you.
I don't fuck with that joint. What about you, Notch? Other than Mac Miller and stuff, what music?
I know I sent you guys some Redman or was it Redman's new album that came out? That shit was dope. I was excited about that, especially that one that had like 10 different features, including like Queen Latifah.
Oh yeah,
oh shit.
It was like a New Jersey roll call kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the old school '90s posse cuts. So
it was like old school hip hop. I was all about it. I was all for that.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Okay.
no other music besides Mac Miller, dude. If you guys haven't listened to it, remember Balloonerism is also on Prime. So the mini short's 25 minutes.
Yep, the short. It's crazy.
Definitely wanted to watch it, and we were supposed to take shrooms today, so I wanted to watch it while on shrooms, but I guess it'll be tomorrow.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's a snow day.
We'll see what happens, because that shit was nuts. That was definitely nuts. Have you guys seen the trailer for Minecraft, though?
I'm not too fond of it. I don't know how I feel. Like, I love Jack Black. We talked about this, but I don't know how I feel about it.
Bro,
I don't know how I feel about it.
Out of everything in there is when he lands in the Minecraft world, the music, man. The Minecraft music was so fucking
I know,
chill.
we talk about that all the time. We need to go back to doing fucking Fortnite and shit so we can start filming.
Dude, I haven't played Fortnite in forever. Apparently Godzilla's in there.
Oh, yeah. I played today, and that nigga just came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, my God. He's big.
He's walking around like this is
like
the end.
Precious
He's got
Cities.
dick and balls swinging and shit.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was fucking crazy. I was like, what is this, Avery? Yeah, and Avery goes, oh, yeah, Godzilla shows up in the game. I was like, what? And he comes in a portal. He's big as hell.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I haven't been on Fortnite in forever.
Yeah, we gotta get back on that Fortnite
Besides
shit.
that, dude, it's 2025 and we got Trey right here. First off, I didn't even realize this. Trey, you got hair again.
Yes, just for a little bit. I think I'm getting rid of it soon.
It threw me off for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
It entirely feels weird. But
that's crazy.
Yeah. Just because the beard got short. Because I had to cut the beard short. It looked weird.
Your beard is short.
Without it.
Yeah. So I know Notch was talking about, because I shaved my shit off. Yeah, and Notch was like, damn, T, you're going back. It's growing back, though. But like,
go back quick. Yeah.
Yeah, my shit grows back quick. I've been using castor oil, man. That castor oil works, man.
Yeah, I use it in my car, I think. Like 5-weight-20, I think it is. Castor oil? Yeah.
5-weight. This motherfucker used a scientific name for that shit? 5-weight-20 instead of 5W?
Oh, shit. Isn't that what that W's for? I don't know.
I don't know what the W stands for.
I thought it was weight. Who knew?
That's
I don't
funny
even know the
shit.
unit measurements. Like 5 weights or something. Like I figured they took one of those like 5-weight little weight things and just melted it down, and then that was what they used in there, right?
Pretty sure it's dinosaurs, or it's the same shit that they just finally decided to get rid of in America, which was Red 40.
It's just all that in there.
It's all the same shit. Put it in your car, put it in your body. Your choice.
Put it in your Cheetos. Don't nobody want to eat those.
I love Cheetos.
Dude, that
Cheetos are bomb.
Dude.
It's in everything.
It's in everything. Yellow 5, all that shit, dude. It's in everything. I have to look at it and I'm like, well, I guess I'm not eating that. Fuck.
Oh, I gotta send you guys a video. There's a video of a dude who's like the voice inside your head whenever you try to eat healthy. He goes and gets himself an apple and it's like, yeah, you know all the wax they put on there.
I saw that.
Like every time he tries to do
wash
something,
it with water, and then he washes in water. And he's like, there's lead in that water.
Like, what can you eat? You can't eat nothing.
He gets mad because he can't eat anything, and at the end, he just sits down and eats like a bag of chips. He's just like, fuck it, everything's bad for you. Just comfort food it out.
Yep. Have y'all heard about the show Chimp Crazy? It's the same producers that did Tiger King, but it's on chimps. It's on no.
It's on chips.
Chimps, monkeys.
Oh, chimpanzees.
Okay. So it's the same guy that produced Tiger King. So after he was done with Tiger King, he went with the people that actually house monkeys and chimps. Fucking crazy. And this gets PETA involved too. PETA gets involved, and the lady who has the chimps, they even touch on the lady that got her face eaten by that chimp back in the 90s.
Well, that's the weird part, is we let people have tigers, we let people have chimps. These guys got mad and took down a squirrel.
I was going to say, and then they killed the fucking squirrel and raccoon. Don't forget about his raccoon friend.
Oh, and the raccoon.
Yeah, little dicks, dude. Because some fucking bitch lady was like, you might have rabies. Fuck you. Dude. Ooh.
Very fun fact.
Animals are part of my family.
Not just mad.
No.
Do you guys know the last case of a rabies in the world?
I don't.
Do you know when it was, not? There's never been a documented case of it.
I guess
it's something we say.
I've seen a raccoon have rabies. He just looks like he's sick. That's it. Give him some fucking medicine. The cops in Parker shot him. They were
There's
like, "Oh,
plenty
that
of them.
motherfucker has rabies." I was like,
they
"He's asking
killed
for
him.
help." The little
Plenty of
raccoon
them
was going
that
like
had
this. I was
mange.
like, "Bro,"
Yeah,
I was like, "That poor dude."
Because there's a lot of diseases that they end up getting, like mange and stuff like that.
Yep, they get a lot.
And especially when they run off, we've had people go, "Oh, dude, that thing had rabies, or that thing looked crazy. It had something." It became like just a generic term for there's something wrong with that wild animal. I'm not gonna get close enough to figure it out, but there's something wrong with it. We developed shots and vaccines for it, but nobody's ever actually had it. So it's never actually been cured. Pfizer apparently has been around for like 175 years
They haven't
and is
cured
yet to
anything.
cure anything. Yeah,
Anything.
just let
Dude,
that
every time I read that
let that
shit, it
sink
just
in.
like breaks my heart thinking of all that shit. Like what people fucking put in their bodies, and just medicine in general.
I know.
And to look at people like, especially like people that I know, like my mom and my uncle and stuff like that, and they're at their age, they take certain things. And I've been helping my uncle wean himself off of certain things. I was like, dude, you don't need that. All you got to do is look this up and figure out what that chemical medicine was mimicked off of nature.
Oh,
And just put the
make it
nature part in your
natural. Yeah.
like
Aspirin comes from
antibiotics.
tree bark.
Yeah, antibiotics. Literally, if you need an aspirin or any painkiller, just get you fucking oregano, oil of oregano.
Yep.
Yeah.
It fucking hurts when you take it, but I take it. I took it the other day because I had a headache and I was like, I'll try it and put it under my tongue. That shit fucking sucked because I just taste pizza the whole fucking day. At the same time, my headache went away. I was like,
it works.
You know what's crazy
like,
though? It's the same people who tell you that those chemicals are safe, and those same people who tell you that the food is healthy for you to eat, even though it's giving everybody cancer, are also the same people who tell you the Earth is spinning and spherical. It's wild.
he goes
God
back
damn it,
full
Trey.
circle again. He goes full circle
I was
again.
gonna say it's all them and they. They say this and them said those. But it's the same book. It's the same book of, hey, what we were taught in elementary school and middle school, the kids in elementary school and middle school now are taught, yo, we used to think that shit, but we know better now. Your parents and grandparents might think this shit, but they also were alive for like 9/11. They really don't know. Uh, Hell, you know what? I got an idea. We should ask AI because that's one of the funny rabbit holes I've gone down is seeing people ask AI stuff, and I have no idea if it's Watson, Siri, Angela, Tommy Pickles. I don't know what AI they're talking to that be telling them the wildest
T,
stuff
have we
like
hit
dot
2
store
hours yet?
cars.
Almost. We're at
Almost.
152.
My
152.
bad.
We still have 8 minutes. Trey, you still haven't explained why you think the Earth is fucking sphere or not sphere. It's in a fucking
Okay,
cone type shit.
this is why. Because
It's a
1,000%
pyramid, he said.
nobody has been able to prove to me anything else. Whether it's a sphere, whether it's a pyramid, whether it's a cube, a globe, hell, or a pancake. I don't know how any of it honestly impacts my life because nobody's ever going to take me up into space high enough to see what shape the world is. No matter, as a matter of fact, from what I understand, no matter how high I get, I could be on the moon. I still won't be able to see the Earth move, rotate, or spin. Um,
Well, okay, so I looked that
but
up. I looked that up while we were doing that. The reason why we can't see it is because of how big the Earth is. Because we know the Earth is huge, right?
that's what
We
they
could
say.
all agree that the fucking Earth is a big fucking
But
big
billions of
planet.
people fit on it. Yeah,
It takes 24 hours for the Earth to spin. Can you agree with that?
sure.
Okay,
Okay.
24 hours. We know the Earth spins. I personally know, at least with my photography, the Earth moves just with my clicks of my photography when I'm taking stars. I have to follow them because the Earth is moving.
Right, but the North Star is always in the same spot, right?
No, it's not.
Sure.
I
All
thought it
the
was.
I was
no,
gonna
it's
say
not.
technically all those pictures where people are showing the Earth moving, that's what they say is that the world is like a big clock, because that North Star stays in one spot, and you watch everything else spin damn near around that North Star.
So the Earth, even though it technically moves, okay. So it's similar how I learned about time, right? So let's imagine that the North Star is up here, and the Earth is spinning, and we're closer this way. Up here, the Earth is still going to move, and in space it's still going to move, but it's never completely changing its location. It's still moving. It's not just in one location. It's just spinning like this. If you could see, it's barely even moving.
So time out. Yeah. So it's spinning the same way that the flat earthers say that the
Earth
sun
is spinning.
and moon
I don't want to say
spin.
the stars are spinning, because we know stars aren't moving at all.
Mm-hmm.
The Earth is moving, but it's in a location based off the Earth, and the poles where it's at. It's always going to be in the north location. It's not.
It's like a plumb line. It's like a plumb line. Mm-hmm.
But all the stars, like if you ever, dude, next time you come down here, I'll take you out and I'll show you. Like for taking pictures of the fucking Orion Nebula, I didn't realize how hard it was and how fast the Earth moves, or how fast it moves. I take 10 pictures in 2-second intervals. So 10 pictures in 2-second intervals for about an hour. But since I don't have a star, basically a star locator where it's a motor that rotates my camera with the Earth, I have to stay there and look at my pictures and then move my camera slightly. Like every like 15 pictures, I have to move it because everything's moving. It's fucking nuts. Like one of the craziest things you could ever go look at is go look at Orion, which everybody knows, the 3 stars, right? You can see Orion's belt. Go look at that, and then an hour later, look how far it's gone.
Huh.
It's crazy how fast, because that's that's closer to the equator, which means it has to move further in distance, rather it being up in the sky.
That's interesting.
Up north.
I feel like we're about to do some flat Earth experiments.
Dude, and then the other thing, if you ever want to, I would be down to throw a GoPro on some balloons and we shoot it all the way up.
I'm down.
Because I have that app where I could clear airspace.
Because I
fly drones.
There are 2 videos where I saw people do it. One, I'm pretty sure is like CGI or AI, because it's hilarious. They send the balloon up and it's like counting the feet. You know what I mean? When it gets to like 18,000 something feet, it hits the firmament and like falls back down. You just hear, "Don't," and it just falls in there like.
What is this? The Truman Show?
Huh? Maybe. But like I
What
said,
do we live in a dome?
That one I 100% was like, I don't think that one's real. The other one shows it go up something like 18,000 feet or something like that and just kind of hover there. But it just shows, still can't see the curvature at 18,000. Which,
well, yeah, because the Earth is fucking huge. You have to go further than that.
NASA shows their pictures with the curvature at 18,000. That's what the experiment was about. Is their picture at 18,000 feet shows some curvature. So the point was sending the balloon the same height NASA sent it, and you see no curvature. But if we grab some balloons and send them straight up, that is something I would be interested in doing. Or just flying the drone straight. How high up can the drone go? Can that go higher than the balloon?
No. Drones could only go a certain height in
you have to have
airspace.
clearance.
Even if I go up to the mountains, I still can't go up because there's so much. A drone will limit itself, and even bypassing all that stuff, you can only go so far without losing radio signal.
Yep.
Even on a 2.4 gigahertz instead of 5, which is stronger. Even if I just wanted to go straight high, I've seen people with the same drone I have go super, super high. I'm too afraid to do that shit. I don't want to lose that.
Yeah, too expensive to lose that shit.
I'll put a balloon up in a GoPro and put an Apple AirTag on the GoPro, and when it falls, we'll just find it.
Yep.
I'd rather put that up than my drone.
Yep.
I was thinking, I agree. What if we fly the drone up with the balloon as high as we think it could go, and then cut the balloon from there and just shoot it up?
Still go up the same.
It still go the same height. You think?
Yeah, because the helium will take it as high as it needs to go.
As it can.
Right. I feel like the what's it called, because it'd be attached to the drone, the wind wouldn't take it as much left and right as much as we'd be able to send it almost straight up.
Yeah. But the only thing is, you put helium to a drone, that helium's probably going to take the drone, and we can't control the drone. It'll probably just shoot the drone, and we lose control of the drone.
I mean, as long as it doesn't go like full Hindenburg, you know what I mean? I think.
The humanity.
Right. They just wanted to know about the Earth, and now we'll never know.
Well, shit. We got anything else as we wrap it up for the episode 31?
No,
we will be lining up some
what
experiments,
the fuck happened in this one?
That's what's
Where the fuck they were going all over the place.
Yo,
flat Earth and
all over
shit.
the Earth because it was flat and easy to travel. You know what I mean? So easy a Viking can do it. You know what I mean? Just
so many cultures are just gonna be like, "What the fuck is Trey talking about?"
probably.
We've seen it. We've seen it.
But at the same time,
Trey,
I legit,
do you like Moana?
Yo,
that shit was not real.
The Moana.
They did not use the water to sail. They cannot sail past that wall.
Talking about the Moana 2. There's a whole conspiracy theory on that one that I thought was entirely nuts. But that's got to wait for the conspiracy part. I'll send that one to you guys because I went there. I listened to this person talk to me about the movie and what goes on in the movie, and I was like, shit, now I got to watch that movie. But it's apparently a whole tangent, crazy story.
Interesting.
I'm telling you guys, if you guys just lend some of these, I'm told they're not called conspiracy theories anymore. People are calling them spoiler alerts. Because they're spoiler alerts for life. It's a conspiracy theory now, but give it 2-3 years to bake up, right? But no, it's way more entertaining than any of the movies that are out right now. And there's way more videos on TikTok of this stuff than any of these boring videos. Or
TikTok is no more.
You can still find TikTok videos on Twitter.
True.
You mean Twitter?
And Instagram.
Yeah, Twitter. Or X. I mean, if you want to talk to your ex, I hear the X has got it too. But I'm telling you, not even like you gotta listen to them and think, oh yeah, that's true. Just listen and just be like, oh look, they got some kind of logic behind it. And the weird part about it is they never get in the same room as the scientists, and the scientists never want to actually try to prove these people wrong. The funniest one was when
about
these
Disney
guys.
I'm so confused.
Oh, about the flat Earth thing.
The flat Earth. I was like, wait, I thought we were talking about Disney.
Oh no, the Disney conspiracies are entirely funny too. But the flat Earth one, the funny one was they go to they set up the circle cameras in Antarctica, right? Because you're supposed to be able to track that 24-hour sun, and the way that the sun would go would prove that the Earth was flat, right? Well, they go down there and they watch the sun do something they didn't think it was supposed to do. Like instead of it going like in a oblong kind of shape, like they thought it would, traversing the Earth, no, it goes in a full ass circle. You know what that meant to them? Oh dang, we're wrong and the Earth is round. But it was a team of people that went down. They were supposed to be flat earthers that went down to Antarctica shoot these videos, right? Then they all come out disappointed because they go, our studies show that the Earth is round. It shows that we're on a sphere. It shows this, and this. Do you know what all the comments were underneath that video? Bro, it's green screen. Clouds. Can you see how can't you see how the shadows are moving? And if the sun was really there and they weren't, it's just like the moon landing all over again. I know a green screen when I see it. Like 1,000%, you will never be able to get these people to admit that they're wrong. The funny part to me is none of the scientists care to prove that the Earth is a sphere, right? They just want to prove that it's not flat. And they never do this. They never do the studies side by side. It's either scientists all doing studies proving that the Earth is round, or homies all doing the studies proving that the Earth is flat. Never Neil deGrasse Tyson with one of these big flat earthers on X, them putting together an experiment that would shut one of them up. Does that make sense? Like to me, a lot of this could be debunked simply by putting the right figureheads in the right space, run the test, put it on camera, everybody shuts the hell up. But we never do that because it's way more fun to argue. In my opinion, you just can't let the argument die. Like, nobody has solid enough evidence. Nobody's seen a flat Earth. Nobody has seen a spherical Earth. All of NASA's photos, they admit we use different cameras, we're tracking different things, they're not meant to be aesthetically pleasing, so we doctor the pictures up, not because they're fucking fake, but just because we're trying to show you something you think you're supposed to see. That's why all of them say doctored with CGI. But that's the problem, is that means every picture we've ever seen from NASA has been doctored, which, when they put that in the little fine print, leads people to sit there and say, so it's not a real picture. And NASA has to go, no, it's not the real picture. So we've never seen a picture of the Earth. No, you've never seen it. They probably have them, and they probably have something that would easily silence the debate. But the debate is too interesting, and I think it generates more talk about NASA than them not going to the moon, or them getting shown up by SpaceX. And the funny part is, NASA claims that SpaceX when they landed that one rocket back onto those chopsticks or something like that, they said that was AI, which is really interesting. Because they go, well, they won't be able to do it again because it was faked landing. Nobody watched it actually land back. We just all saw the camera footage, which NASA thinks is fake. Because there's no way they could have magnets that powerful that don't just yank it right back down. Like, that would let it land slowly and then clip in. You know what I mean? Like, to them, there's too many fallacies in the video for it to be true. Which is funny, because that means now NASA has a conspiracy theory about somebody not actually going to space like they said they did, or not landing like they said they did. They just don't have a movie with Mark Wahlberg saying that he did it.
Well, listeners, you hear it here.
Yeah.
You go at your own pace and what you see. The truth is always out there. Just make sure it's an educated look, and just follow your sources, follow your heart, and just know there's a shit ton of information out there that could bring you down a fucking rabbit hole to where you're going to bring out a big ass whiteboard and you're going to be, look at me. Look, this is it. Just brace yourself.
You're going to be walking in your backyard for about an hour and a half, contemplating life, going like, what the fuck?
Am I real? Am I real?
Dude, at one point I was questioning. I was just like, I don't know. It doesn't fucking make sense. Like, gravity they're telling me gravity doesn't even exist. Like, what the fuck was I taught?
Again, I'm just going to go to bed.
Listen to not questioning what he was taught. That's how it starts.
I've always questioned history, but now they got me questioning science. Like, the whole gravity thing. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Well, I'll put it like this. Elon Musk believes we need to bring in more, H-1B visas, because he believes Americans and the American education system has been dumbed down too much for us to actually ever hold important jobs. He also believes that he also tweets that the Earth is not as round as a basketball.
Well, it's not. It's more like this.
Is he throwing the Illuminati sign at us?
It's more, how would you say it?
Oblong?
The Rock?
Kind of. No, not
oblong.
The Rock, but yeah. It's not a complete sphere because of the poles and the pull of the sun and gravity and stuff like that, and the spin.
So we live on a football?
No, it's not fucking
that's
Arnold.
oval.
Crazy guy.
No, you're saying it's Stewie.
Trey, Galileo spacecraft 1990. Go look up the video on YouTube.
Galileo spacecraft?
They have when it was leaving past the moon, it recorded a time lapse because you have to do time lapse, just like we do time lapse with stars because of how slow. But it has a time lapse of the Earth rotating.
I'll check it out. But you also got to look up Lucifer's telescope 2025, I think it is. Vatican knocked down the walls to Lucifer's telescope, I think, to start the year. Why the Vatican has a telescope to the outer spaces, and they call it Lucifer? I have no idea. I think it's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What?
You can look it up right now, sir.
I am looking it up. It says it was changed the name to Lucy in 2012. It's Lucifer High Resolution, large field of view for allowed astronomers to see dust clouds. Basically, it's just able to see dust clouds. It's an infrared. I could see dust clouds with my camera. I have pictures of it.
So they got an infrared named Lucy, bottom of the Vatican. But they
it's not in Vatican. It's in Arizona, bro. The Vatican opened up doors which were sills, and they do that every year. That's not something new.
No, not something new. The doors they opened this year were to their telescope Lucy.
Lucy is in Arizona. I could rent it.
Hold on. Now I want to look it up. We're going to look it up, because I'll send you the video.
We're going to look it up.
I saved that video in the conspiracies. But yeah.
Trey, originally Lucifer, is found in Arizona, and you could literally rent it. Like, you could rent other people. I want to rent out your friend's telescope one of these days.
So,
that'd be sick.
So there's no telescope in the Vatican?
No, it's in Arizona.
Telescope in Vatican. Them motherfuckers, if there's a telescope in the Vatican, it was probably Galileo's telescope, and it's old as shit.
It might be.
It's all broken down.
For holding it.
I was going to say, it wasn't something they said they were going to use. Simply the walls they broke down, that was supposed to be behind one of the walls. Yeah, and not like it was a big special event. It was just one of those, hey, the wall they're breaking down this year is to this telescope that they've named Lucifer. Now, whether or not they have multiple I don't put it past the Vatican to have more than one telescope. But the fact that they would have anything named Lucifer or Lucy.
The observatory in Arizona is called Vatican Observatory. It's not the Vatican themselves. It's just called the Vatican.
No.
But it was called Lucifer, and then they called it Lucy.
I haven't been to either one. But, yeah, the tape,
Vatican, it's near
the
Stanford,
Twitter
Arizona.
videos all believe that there's some telescope named Lucifer at the Vatican. But
that's
time,
them going, oh my God, the Vatican, Lucifer, we gotta make our own story.
Or is the Vatican going, they heard about Lucifer. Let's put it in Arizona. Let's put it in Arizona with those hieroglyphs of all those Egyptian things. We'll tell them it's actually at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Well, now it's the time to release any information now, because they're not fact checking shit anymore. So you can say what you want now.
I feel like
and just leave it for everyone's own interpretation.
I'm just saying, you got to load it up with extra facts that don't really matter or not actually important.
Yeah.
As they take away the Epstein connections off Wikipedia and all those fun things.
Yeah.
So they were showing who was it? Bill Clinton.
Like 24 hours.
Right. They had Bill Clinton, who had like almost like a page and a half of like Epstein stuff on his Wikipedia. Maybe I think at the end of 2024. One sentence on their site now. Nobody knows who edited it. Nobody knows. Like, it'll kind of come back and then go away. Somebody will try to put it back up and then it goes away again. But him and a couple other people that were supposedly on the list, that stuff has been what's disappearing. As there's been more and more stuff about aliens, flat Earth, and all those things.
What's his name? Stephen. When I found out Stephen Hawking was on his list.
What are you doing there?
Go in there. Bring on the women.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
Y'all,
That's terrible. We're going to hell.
y'all make jokes.
Epstein. Why is Diddy in there? Oh God. And then he was dead. And there goes our son.
And that was it.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well,
That man out there finding
everybody,
out the mysteries of life.
again, listen to us on your favorite podcast platform. Watch us on YouTube. Like and subscribe. This was a crazy ass episode. We deep dived into the rabbit hole of crazy shit. I
Oh
hope
yeah.
you guys enjoyed it. Wasting your
Yeah.
time with us and enjoying your time with us.
What is it? Yo, believe none of what you hear, half of what you see.
What you see.
Truth is out there. Do your own research.
Yes, yes. Please do your own research and just come to an understanding. You're going to be looking for a long time. You're going to be questioning a lot of stuff.
What is it? We listen, we don't judge.
Even though that Trey thinks the earth is flat, we
Yo,
listen and we don't judge.
it is a
He still
pyramid.
hasn't confused. He still hasn't explained to me why it's a fucking thumbtack shit, looking like the Monopoly thumb thingy.
Yo, it might do that. That's more realistic to me than anything else.
But why? It doesn't make sense. There's an edge. There's edges on what you're saying.
Not
You
technically.
still haven't explained it. You're saying that it's a bowl.
I'm saying there's an ice wall, right?
But what happens when you go past the ice wall?
Nobody's ever gone past it. As a matter of fact, there's a whole treaty from all the only thing that every nation agrees upon in this world is nobody can go to Antarctica.
No, is they can't conquer Antarctica.
They can't conquer it.
They
We can't.
They
can
could
go
go
to
there.
Antarctica.
Not
You could go to Antarctica.
No,
I
we
could go to
can't.
Antarctica right
All right,
now.
I'll take it back. We can go to Antarctica. Can me and you go willy nilly just walk around Antarctica?
They won't. So Antarctica's main bases are right where the ports are.
Correct.
But if you pay and you have your expedition and you get clearance based off of weather and stuff, you could go to the North Pole, which is the South Pole. You could go to the South Pole, where what's his name went.
If now, let's say one of us three hits the lottery. Hell, fuck it, all three of us hit the lottery, and that means
we already said we'd get $1,000 or $100,000 to our enemies.
Right, but at the same time, we hit the lottery.
Feed the needy or some shit. I don't know.
Right, but we hit the lottery. Let's say we each have $1 billion. With our combined $3 billion, would we be able to go to Antarctica and put on an expedition and decide, hey, we want to just march around Antarctica?
Yeah.
No, you
Mr.
can't.
Beast did it.
No, he didn't. That's a
yes,
damn
he did.
lie.
What are you talking about?
No, he didn't.
Go watch his video.
Sir, Mr. Beast.
Trey.
There is no way.
Mr. Beast went to Antarctica. Yes, he did.
Time out. Sir, if you look up Antarctica, you're allowed to go. I'm not saying we're not allowed to go. However, it is a 5-mile radius that we are allowed to travel. We are not allowed to go to wherever we want on the island. We are not allowed to leave past anything they deem okay to go to. And it's literally, you get that scientific base. You get like a 3 to 5 mile radius around it, once again, depending on weather and all that good stuff. But there is nobody who has traversed across Antarctica. There's no way.
The dude that went to the South Pole did. He literally has pictures on a flag.
Pictures of a flag.
It's named after him.
What year was that?
The South Pole, Trey. How do you think they got to the South Pole?
And that's because Admiral Byrd flies over the South Pole. And he was the only person to fly over Antarctica. Correct? Nobody else has ever been. And BYRD is like Admiral Byrd. His tapes are legendary because he screams it's just an ice wall, and he flies over the wall and says he sees land. However, when he comes back to talk to us, he says, oh yeah, can't wait to tell everybody, and he dies like the night before he goes on like Leno or somebody, Letterman maybe.
Colin O'Brady trekked Antarctica, December 26, 2018. He became the first person to cross Antarctica solo without support and using only human power.
Robert Falcon Scott and Ronald
54 days.
Amundsen and his team of Norwegians were the first to reach the South Pole in 1911.
Yep. Only Colin O'Brady is the only one that has done it completely by himself. Everybody else had people with them. Other people have attempted to cross but failed. For example, Henry Worsley, a famous polar explorer, fell ill and died while attempting to cross. Oh, where'd Trey go?
Oh, he left.
Well, let's end the pod.
Did he leave? He's like, I'm out.
Well, that's it for episode 31. Be sure to check out episode 29 and the in-between episode and check out all our platforms, guys. I'm good for the night. Not you good for the night. I know you and Trey are about to go debate.
I'm about to send him so much shit, dude.
I'm about to watch some videos on some crazy shit on Antarctica and stuff. I'm gonna do my own research. Probably fall asleep.
Listeners, do the same thing for us, but remember to like, subscribe, share, check out all the pages. Next time, hopefully you see Trey, we're on No More Lies, and we can dig deeper into this stuff, because, this should have been a No More Lies episode.
Yeah, this might have been a No More Lies one.
Hurt my head more than anything.
It was too much.
He still didn't answer. He still didn't answer the bold question. He's back.
That's because your third eye just isn't open. You got to decalcify your pineal gland. You know what I'm saying?
Let's wrap it up.
Trey over here not even on the video, showing up, popping up.
Yo,
but life is cool, Notch.
Life is random.
Trey,
we'll have to talk.
Oh, shit.
Trey, I still got to ask you that question, so we got to talk outside of this. But listeners, until next time.
Oh, shit. Popping up out of nowhere. Bro. Till next time. And